rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, relentless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Hey friends, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? Wow, full house already. Welcome to the show, guys. Markets collapsing, Iran crisis. We got a lot going on here. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, 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 friends. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right, let me get loaded up here. I'm running a minute or two late. My apologies there. Get the stream stuff going here. Did you guys enjoy Brad's session last night? Neon session in the afternoon? Always a treat, man. I'm having such a good time just hanging out there. All right. Wait a minute. All right, hold on. Got all my stuff typed up in the stream here. All right. Glasses on. Time to see what you guys are talking about. What's up, Trady? What's up, Simon Dean? What's up, Circus? What's up, man? What's up, Relentless Justin? Good to see you, man. Miss K, good to see ya. Edney, Aid, what's up? What's up? What's up? All the familiar names and faces. Simon Fraser, what's up? Forte. Good morning from Mexico. Good morning, man. From Houston. We're not too far from each other. Alex sit on 99% for a while. That was gonna sit there. Ha 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 ha. No glasses this morning, all right. I can't see what y'all are saying. What's your thoughts? Yeah, so market's gonna be pretty unstable for a while. I was shorting right at the open, and I held on to that. I did close. I didn't expect it to like collapse as much as it did, but I did close. Right when I was on Brad's stream and I told you guys I closed, it was probably about like 8 or 9 o'clock my time. And then the market fell, gosh, another 300 or 400 points in NASDAQ, another 100 points in the S&P. The position I was in, had I held, I hate doing this. This is such a bad form, like coulda, woulda, shoulda. But the size of the position I was in, had I just fallen asleep and then woke up this morning, it alone would have been up $400,000. That's how much market's fallen. So that's crazy to think about how irrational today is going to be. So with an irrational market, he was doing that 2-factor thing. Hold on. Yes, it's me. I'll smash the like button, friends. We're getting ready to roll. About the new trading platform they announced yesterday. Looks insane. And can you trade Evade accounts with them? Wait. Opinions about the new trading platform they got announced yesterday. Which one? Which trading platform are we talking about? And welcome to the stream, everybody. Let's get ready to roll the charts. Time for boot camp, and it's not connecting. Hold on. Explain, Chris. You sign up for the boot camp, and it's not connecting. Your Discord or what? Tell me about that. Today gonna be like chaos, dude. 100% chaos. Turbo charts, is that the name of the platform that we talking about? 40k. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like I said, it would have been up estimates 300-400k. Well, it depends on where I take the calculation from. Had I still been holding, and I hate thinking like coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I was like, this conflict is after yesterday when I was trying to short on stream. Remember, by the end of the day, I was up maybe like 10k by the end of the day yesterday on the challenge account. I think I was up like, I don't know, another 30 or 40 in the props. I hit the 10k max and like 2 of the take profits. But yeah, so I was like trying to short. I'm like, this conflict's gonna escalate. It's gonna crash out. And while yesterday there was like a little bit of a dead cat bounce day, like right here. By the end of the day, I was green. Like on this little sell off right there, I ended up being up about 10k for the day. And then right in the market open, I just jumped in short. Closed right there where it bounced and then called it. I thought I had a suspicion it was gonna fall further, but I'm not trying to like make this a YOLO situation. Here, 785 would have been here. I just trade a pivot, you know me. So my thought is not going to be like, okay, let me just hold on just in case, right? I never trade like that. I pick a target, I exit on my target, I'm done. It's so methodical. So I wouldn't serve me any purpose to hold further. So I hate saying like I could have done this. That's dangerous practice. But okay, and then also if you guys remember where these white lines are the darker line that I had on here. This was the bear zone top on the S&P on yesterday's monthly map. So we have blasted through this area back down into bear territory on monthly maps. We're going to have basically full-on bear market conditions today. DD ratio less than half, greater market bearish. We're going to be probably interacting with MHP or even below it. So today is all short mindset setup. If we failed a dead cat bounce yesterday, we're on the way down. Anything that goes up is going to come down. So we know that situations like this, the DD band is resistance to short from off of a pop up at the open, which I don't think we're going to get a strong one. Again, it's all, war related, and it's hard to believe that this just somehow becomes a big rally. The dead cat bounce feel yesterday failed to break low consolidation highs from Thursday, and then we just milked, this market lower, which is pretty normal. Again, remember, I've kind of flip-flop a little bit, not because I don't know what I'm talking about or what I want to do, because the market conditions are flip-flop. Let me go back to the history of what we're going through. Back since we had the whole government shutdown and the market went crazy back after October 31st, right after Halloween, we sort of stabilized, flatlined, and had the world's weirdest, choppiest market that we couldn't explain. Like, why is 90% Wall Street holding onto their positions, and why is 10% being liquidated every other minute? Came to the conclusion that Bitcoin and S&P and gold were all kind of tied together because hedge funds were sort of like, exposure to all of this. When those things started collapsing and being weird, we started seeing like a liquidity crisis, and you can see it in all the data, right? Bitcoin's collapsing, and then the market just stopped rallying. I mean, this was huge. It's lost 50% of its value. So not a lot of Wall Street, but a handful of Wall Street is significantly leveraged, and therefore the liquidity just dried up the market. We felt it. And all of a sudden, we're still sort of like trying to inch forward, but you can see that on the Commitment Traders report, the net long of the asset managers are still as long as they've ever been. So nobody's liquidating. When people are liquidating, that's when the market sells off. Now they're liquidating. You can feel it. And so this is a difference. And it was like, for a while, I was like, market's going to be flat for many months. And then I said, ooh, we're probably going to crash out. And then as early as Monday of last week, after expiration, we got up on Monday and we had bull signals again. I was very impressed to see that. It was Monday. On Monday, we woke up with bull signals, and the market just broke structure and then decided to rally up. And I was like, okay, looks like we do have bull signals after all. And then Nvidia earnings happened, and then the market did what it's been doing with every other earnings, which is sell the high. And with that being said, I kind of flip-flopped back to being bullish on this dip, which I was bullish all on Friday. I made 100K this day buying the dip, but then when Iran broke out, I immediately flip-flopped back to bearish. So yesterday I was back to shorting. And it's just kind of like whenever you're trading, you have to be able to bounce back and forth. Oh, so hey, Dead Chris, if you're trying to get in the Discord and it's not connecting, just completely log all the way out of Discord, log all the way back in, and try to get it to work. You need to go to the website and then connect your Discord, right? There's a claim button in there. So you connect your Discord, claim the roles, it gives you the roles. If anything, when you go to Discord, make sure you like sign all the way out, sign back in, usually will kick it back into action. So just try exiting Discord and coming back in, and also try opening it on a browser just to make sure you're connected. I think yesterday's rallies puts from being paid out. I think I mean part of that. There's always a lot of that, right? I think yesterday's rally made 0 sense to me, because I was shorting the entire time, thinking that something like this is going to happen. So I managed to, finally sneak ahead by 10K by the end of the day on this account, and then I made 40 on the short from basically like here to there. The challenge account's up to 546,000. Now we're getting some momentum. Markets start moving, then I'm going to start, moving quicker. It wasn't but like 3 weeks ago that I was at 200,000. So it's good to see me getting some traction here. I'm excited about that. I didn't hit it too heavy overnight with my props either. I did do 2 of my prompts were also in the same short. Although whenever I made the same profit on the challenge account, I also took profit on the prop accounts, which again was, I was keeping it light while my suspicion was, dude, I need a full port short this crap. But anywho's, there's another 10,000 on the board. So starting the morning off with 50 G's. Can't complain. But I'm back. I feel like lately, and I'm not going to jinx myself, and I'm not wearing my unlucky shirt today. The unlucky blow up shirt. I'm wearing a black shirt like always. Black is good luck for me. My lucky shirt. I'm not gonna lose a lot of money hopefully today, but I feel a good stride. I feel like I'm back in sync with the market, so it feels good. December, man, you saw me out of sync. It was like every other day I got it wrong. And boy, oh boy, I've made more in this account in the last 3 weeks than every other hating furu weirdo on Twitter has made in 10 years of working whatever office job it is they work at. And yet when I down 90K, they want to talk. Look, I'm doing something completely crazy on this stream. And I always do cool, crazy stuff. I had ChatGPT picking random times to trade at one point. Entertainment, but education at the same time. This is the most educational stream you guys will ever probably be part of. I've seen a lot of streamers. Good. Some of them are great. Most of them are just okay. I don't think a lot of people really know the market like we do. This community is special. You guys are special, man. I love being here because high level conversations we have. Woo! I feel excited you're talking about it. It's gonna be turned on. Chris, let me know if that works for you, brother. I'm stuffy today. I feel like it's allergies, man. The real giveaway is a real funded account. How much do you want? How much of a fund account you want? And I'm curious why my DD bands aren't refreshing. Let me just refresh the platform just to see where my data is. There we go. I think I just got disconnected for some reason. Okay, 785 on NASDAQ, 6823 S&P. Anytime you're opening below DD bands, it is considered irrational. The market's gonna be unusually volatile today. You guys know the drill, baby. Overshooting pivots, things are gonna be crazy. I'm not jumping in to this with full port anything when irrational and small trades only. You'll see me put 5 contracts maybe on something if I trade. Most likely I might not do anything. When you open below the DD bands, your brain should tell you probably not do anything, right? We are now in a full-on war with AI. It's crazy. Every single day, it's the weirdest, most craziest debunked shit about this war. You never know who's dead. You never know who's not. You never know who bombed what. This morning there was like 7.0, and it's a characteristic of people wanting to grow on social media. It's the weirdest thing. I forecast this would happen a long time ago when there was a previous thought of an escalation. But I thought that everyone's desire, right? I mean, like, my Twitter sometimes does weird shit. I mean, I saw on Twitter, a kid walking up with his phone, filming somebody knocking on the door, and the other guy was on a group chat talking to his friends. He's like, I'm gonna kill that guy. And then he opened the door and started shooting the guy, and they're both filming each other while they're doing it. The kid died. And I'm just like, this world is all about social media. So now it's everybody out there is going to do anything for a view, because a view is a buck. This is what social media is. And people always ask me, like, Matt, if you're such a good trader, why do you stream? Money? Like, why do you have a money? But you do money? But what money? And the answer is always money. Like, why you do anything? Nobody runs a charity. You know, nobody's private Discord, so I just feel great. I want to help people. I love helping people. It's so great. Everyone's motivated by money. Social media is money. Why do you act like a fool on social media, random person? It's always money, right? Views are money. Impressions are money. It's always money. No matter what you do, your motivation is gonna be money when it comes to work. Nobody, like I said, nobody out here is running a soup kitchen. They picked you on the street. They're like, you stranger, I pick you. I'm gonna mentor you. I'm gonna make you rich because it's your lucky day, brother. No, it's not. They're gonna make money off you somehow. So the point I'm saying is everything out there on social media is about making money, right? And so every impression, every view is $1. I learned that from marketing. I make posts. I figured out the algo. If I want to make a post that gets 30,000 people to see it, I know exactly the formula to do it. I did it last night. I did it last week like 4 times. I know exactly how to make money on social media. Like this 18K, you know, like yesterday. The point I'm saying is that, you know, this is like, let me show you. Like, point is, there's 18K. Can I name 3 people who trade a brokerage account? Just name. And people start tagging people, and then they get tagged and they reply. They tag their favorite big influencer and they reply. Then tens of thousands of people see it that didn't otherwise see it. There's a formula to make money online. I could write a series of books on it. Point I'm saying is, this is a war of social media. The social media is that everybody out there also knows impressions are money. And so you're seeing the weirdest stuff piggybacking off of Iran. The title of my video has Iran in it because it increases the impressions. There's a science to this. However, the detriment of that is you don't know what to believe as a trader online, okay? Online, there is going to be so much misinformation, even with the advent of AI, and you know, like Will Smith doesn't look like a goblin eating spaghetti anymore. It's pretty freaking real. So everybody out there is, whoever comes up with a clever idea, hashtag Iran, is going to get 1 million views, and that's going to translate to some money in some kind of capacity. So because of that, the more shocking the content, the better. The more I got something no one else has, the better. So AI is going to be a very important factor in this war, because everyone's going to be generating phony baloney content for money. Right? You saw that first video where he looked like a goblin, right? His teeth were like falling out while he's chomping on spaghetti that first time. Right? The evolution of Will Smith is now perfection, eating those spaghetti. So the thing becomes, right now, individual random people are going to be motivated by money to spread misinformation just because it gives them a view or two. Because this is how the world is now. As a trader, this is going to fuck up your trading for a very long time until this escalation goes away. This is the future of all wars, after all. We learned during George Floyd, we learned during COVID, how much misinformation can spread. We saw somebody filming a kid throwing rocks through a CVS window and saying, people are rioting in the streets. And then someone else was filming that guy filming that person saying, but it's only one person. And it looks like the person filming him, they set it up and there's a pallet of rocks sitting next to them. Looks like a truck delivered them there. For the photo op. You're like, everyone's like, gotcha, no, I got you. And it's like, where's the real thing? And so this war is the craziest stuff, because I'm waking up and I've got videos from like Battlefield 6 with like Iran bombs, whatever, at the top. And I'm just like, that's from a video game, right? So half of it's people just trolling to talk shit. Half of it's people trying to make impressions to make money. But for you, you're going to never know what's going on, and we don't know how long this conflict is going to keep going, or if it's even still going on today. right? You gotta have to be like very careful in this aura of misinformation, knowing that something is just gonna come out of the blue and it's, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, it was a hoax, right? It's gonna be worse now than it ever was before. And you have to understand, this is the whole monologue here is for your trading. You're gonna not know what to trust. But the point I'm saying is, in this environment, just wait for whatever you wanna do, just wait. Especially in a bear market, I always tell you, wait for what you want, you're gonna get it. I promise. Pick a target, pick any target. Whatever it is you want, you're gonna get. So I wanna short off the lower DD band at 742. I'm gonna get it. 100% chance I'm gonna get it. Unless I don't get it, then 0% chance. But the joke of that is the market's gonna be so volatile, it's gonna move all over the place on a whim, on a tweet, on a fake news, on a Godzilla destroys mosque in Iran, whatever. You know, I've seen videos of Godzilla trampling buildings already, right? So whatever you're gonna see is gonna move the market around. Just wait. You see something like this, your first intuition is like, man, I'm gonna get in and short this because this fallen to 0. Just wait. Godzilla video was real, bro. Look, I spent all night trying to debunk that thing and I couldn't come up, honestly couldn't come up with any evidence that it wasn't real. You can't convince me otherwise. It looked very real to me. So point I'm saying is that you're gonna walk into this market and blow up your account if you're not careful. You need to be very, very, very careful. I'm in a short mind. Bear market's upon us again. We finally broke the consolidation in the downside, and COT is probably going to show asset manager liquidation the next couple weeks. We know it. So how do we treat this market, right? Number one, when you open below DD bands, the easiest thing to do is to choose to sit out. This is a rule I teach people. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But if you sit out, there's a guaranteed 100% of the time, it works every time. You ready for this? Below DD band, I guarantee you, nobody can make you promises in trading. Nobody can. Kind of illegal for me to guarantee performance gains, because I'm not a licensed financial advisor. However, I'm going to guarantee you performance gains, so SEC watchdogs, cover your ears. Ready for this? If you choose to sit out today, I guarantee you 100% of the time, you will be not unhappy with your performance at the end of the day. See, at the end of the day, if you choose to do nothing in this environment, you will look back and probably be like, hey, I didn't blow up my account, with 100% certainty that that's the case. Now, again, I can't give you performance advice. Using Rocket Scooter tools, you have a 100% chance of losing no money if you don't trade. Using any tools, closing your platform, doesn't matter what it is. Joke aside, it's very dangerous to enter the market down this low from the start of the day. You're like, it could fall. It's just volatile. It can pop anywhere before it continues selling. Okay, it can open and just continue dropping. But when you open the market below DD band, you've already extended into the accelerated risk range. You know how it's an accelerated risk range? When we talk about our risk intervals, here's the trick to that. Do you notice something about, I don't know, explain it like you'd explain it to a 5-year-old. Do you see this right here? You notice something special, like describe it with like shapes and colors, like you would talk to a 5-year-old. Notice something special at exactly this point right there? Anyone? 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 This reminds me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which I have another theory about that, by the way, on a side note. Anyone have any impression right here about what's going on that's different? Explain what you see. Do you see anything different right here? Like one of these things is not like the other? You know, something everything's parabolic. Yeah, it's curving. Accelerating, right? And so I'll tell you about my Ferris Bueller's Day Off theory if you've seen that movie. I have 100% certainty in my brain Ferris Bueller was a figment of Cameron Fry's imagination. He was laying in bed hallucinating from his fever, and he invented his friend to be the person he wanted to be. And the whole movie is about Cameron Fry's coming of age as a man, not about Ferris Bueller going on a big party day. Do y'all ever heard that theory? It's a great theory. You know what I mean? That he just invented his friend that was everything he wanted to be so that he can come out of his shell. Let that blow your mind if you see that movie, right? Watch it from that perspective. You're going to be like, holy fuck, I did it before. It's a great theory, right? The scene where he kicks the Ferrari and it goes out the garage was like such a good scene. Where he's like, yep, I guess me and Morris are going to have a little chat. And you're like, whoa, bro, who are you? Where did you come from? Good story. You have to go watch it. It's so good. Kind of like Fight Club. Yeah, very much like Fight Club. All right. Anywho, that being said, back to the story. This is accelerating downward. When you go past a risk interval, which is from the close, we call it DD band. It's a risk interval band from the close. The reason we never call these risk interval bands because it sounded funny to call them RIBs, R-I-B. So we came up with Doomsday Band just because that was even equally stupid. So anyways, DD was the shortened version of that. When you're outside the band, the market does enter the accelerated risk range. CME sets margin requirements such that beyond this range, you can see accelerated hedging. Do you see the extended, it's like, the extended chart. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it. You notice the difference? When you pass through that band, volume starts to also become parabolic. Do we all see that? Volume spikes higher and higher and higher. Before that instant, volume was relatively stable, right? The moment that you're interacting with this and breaking it, right there, you can see that volume spikes, spikes, and spikes. And then from this point onward, volume is erratic and chaotic, right? It's all over the place. I'm just tracing these little high volume bars. Do we see the difference? On the S&P, it's much more profound here. This is how good Rocket Scooter is. We calculate this number to the penny. I invented this back in 2016, this risk interval, okay? And we did the application for the DD bands probably about 5 years ago in 2021-ish, where we found out that this also created this sort of impact. You can't unsee it once I show it to you. The moment you break through this area, volume is chaotic. You can easily see that this is where your margin calls are happening. Sporadic, chaotic volume. Now, everybody that's been holding on for the last month is finally like, hey, quit bumping me. Hey, what's going on? What? I got to sell? Wait, what? Huh? Right? So that's what you're experiencing. This accelerated risk range it creates rapid onset hedging because the market is now breaking everyone's structure. One person bumps into two, who bumps into four, and it creates that sort of parabolic move. It's domino effect, right? The snowball gets bigger as it falls down the mountain. And so you start to see this, and the volume's never the same since that moment of cross. Because of that, your brain should immediately alert you to the danger and the increased randomness of this market. Because of this, today, again, I've been doing this for so long, you're going to go on social media. Half of your influencers are going to be posting their $1 million payouts or $100,000 gain or whatever. And the other half are going to be dead silent because they blew everything up. This is a day of who flips the coin the right way at the right time. The one thing you don't want to do is take the opening move. In this kind of environment, never take the opening move when you open below DD bands. Let it stabilize. If it opens and it tanks, you can say, I'm going to go play golf today. That sounds like a fun idea. And you can guarantee with 100% certainty at the end of your golf game, you would have lost no money. So you won't feel like shit. That's your goal today. At the end of the day, nobody feel like shit. Do we got it, chat? I got it, Matt. I want to know in chat. Type it in chat that you understand what I'm saying. Your goal today is not to make money. Your goal today is not to feel like you're throwing up by the end of the day. Unless you're betting on holes. In my case, I'll feel like shit if I play golf because I'm going to lose. Don't make today a day where you're going to miss out on something. Look, it doesn't take a lot of movement for you to get anything out of this market. This is a day where it's already chaotic, it's already irrational, and if you take the opening move, you're likely to be chopped out. It's so choppy, the opening move can do this, 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 this. I mean, it can be, and this can be 300-400 points of move either direction. I fully expect arbitrage to be in the range on NASDAQ of 200, okay? S&P ARB, I fully expect it to be 50. At least 50. So arbitrage is going to tell you how much expected volatility is. If arbitrage indicator says minus 200, then your brain is going to say 200 points of range. Okay, and it's already about 200 points of range. That's why I'm guessing what ARB will be. S&P 50, 6750 to 6800. This is 50 points of volatility. You can expect ARB to say about 50 to about 200. That's about how much volatility you're going to have. That also means yeah, we're doing lifetime giveaway today as well. One of those lifetime giveaways. So don't forget, if you use code Rocket Scooter with all of our partners out there, we do at the end of the month lifetime giveaway for anybody that spent at least $1,000 for the month. And it happens. Sometimes you spend a lot of people. Actually, it's pretty normal in the prop space, as it's been revealed the last month. It's funny when I used to have the giveaway, like I say, if you spend at least 1,000 on props, there's always a person or two that's like, who spends 1,000 on props? The answer is everybody. That's the true nature of props. That's fully been blown off the lid as Apex shot themselves in the foot releasing that about their own customers spend. Apex was like, look at our own customers spend $700,000 blah 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 to make this much, and you're like, that's really not calling anyone out but yourself. That's how much people fail your shit, and that's everybody. But the thing is we want to give back to people in this community. If you've spent that much in a single month, which usually means you're having a bad month, then we're gonna bestow one free platform to somebody, one free lifetime membership at the end of the month. That giveaway is today. So from February till the end of February, beginning of February to end of February, we'll have a little drawing for you guys for one lifetime. At the end of this month, March, we're having another lifetime giveaway of 5 lifetime giveaways. If you have spent $1,000 with Take Profit Trader only, in light of the recent release of the Apex's new accounts, they completely fall flat of all the majors. It's marketing hype and nothing more. If you used Apex, you don't want to use them anymore. Take Profit is the alternative, and with Take Profit, we're saying if you use at least $1,000 there, or I'm extending that further to $1,000 with My Funded Futures, because those are the 2 highest ranked end of the day and trailing drawdown accounts. If you use our code with either of those 2 people, you qualify next month, and we're giving away 5, in addition to the normal one we already do with everybody else. Does it waive the activation fee on Take Profit? Yes, it does. We get the same like tier 1 perks that every major influencer community would get. So Tradeify, you'll be able to, so at the end of the month, it'll just be one. So any firm qualifies for giveaway 1. TPT and My Funded Futures qualify for giveaway 2. So we're doing 2 separate giveaways. Tradeify, you're totally fine, dude, for that one. Are we doing lifetime giveaway? Yes, sir. And I missed it yesterday because like once the views peak out, that's when I got to run it. I kind of waited too long, and you know, like 2-3 hours in, people started claiming. I hate to do the giveaway when someone steps away. Okay, so anyways, when you open below DD bands, rule number 1 is to sit out. Rule number 2 is, I know I'm short-minded, probably half of you. Let me do a poll. Are you guys wanting to buy the dip, or are you short-minded today? Let me just see what chat feels. I'm going to guess something, but I'm going to answer you guys first. Are you guys long or short today? In general, not from the open, but your trade plans, right? You're looking for longs. I'm just curious. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just asking you guys. So y'all are kind of mixed, long, short. Okay, y'all are a mix of everything. Okay, let me tell you, you're both right. Okay, this is lesson number 2. All of you are right. Half of you are going to be right from the wrong place. The other half of you are going to be wrong from the right place. What you have to do is understand that y'all are both right. Longing is the right answer to long or short today. Yes. That wasn't a yes or no question. Yes. Should I long or should I short? Yes. They're both the correct answer today. That's something you have to know as well. The question is, where? From where? They're both going to put money in your hands today. Do we understand this, chat? Both longing and shorting going to put money in your hands today. The question is from where to where. The trick is with shorting, I wait for pivots that are strong only. MHP, DD band itself, bear zone top, and DD ratio less than half. Shorting liquidity pockets, okay? That's all fine and dandy. Shorting is never, I see it red, jump on the red. 100% of the time, I will short from green candles only against a strong pivot only. Strong pivots, your 90%ers, MHP, DD band, pockets. Longing below DD band is off of something only. Red line, MHP, liquidity pockets, and small trades only. Small, smaller than small. In this instance, we have a catalyst right out the get-go. If you're choosing not to sit out, you better believe that the 200-point swings we're going to get in NASDAQ and the 50-point swings we're getting in the S&P is probably going to screw you out of your position when you ultimately be right. So the one thing you never do is play in a consolidation, because it's going to squeeze both sides out before it picks a direction. Wait for an extension to one place and then reverse it. Why is that a better trade than just trying to guess where we end up at the end of the day? Because it's volatile. Volatile means V's. Volatile means choppy. So whatever you want, just wait for it and get the extension and reverse it. In this environment, it's volatile enough you're going to get it. It's a catalyst, by the way, So don't go fuck up your trading account. And again, 100% guarantee. If you do nothing today, again, SEC watchdogs, sorry, I'm going to break the law. I'm going to give investment advice while unqualified. 100% guarantee FTC watchdogs, hear me as well. I guarantee 100% of the time, if you use whatever you have to trade today and choose to not trade instead, you will not lose money 100% of the time. I guarantee while trading. You'll probably lose money doing something else. But it's a true fact. Very true fact. Keep that close to your heart today. You're not going to see me doing much either. 252.75 with tops. Measure cows. Right out the door, it's cat. So 252.75, we are going to measure from here. Okay, so your anchor point is 960. Let me just mark it here. Horizontal ray right there. Boom, 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 boom. 960. What is it? 252.75. Okay, this is 960, so it's going to be wait. 252.959. So 707 is cat active line. So 707 is here. Catalyst is active below purple. Purple is going to be interaction point today. When we open, it might run straight to the purple in a single go. Let's do S&P. Right up that same little level there. 75, 50. S&P is going to be 66.50. So that's 9. Here. Perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Guys, smash the like button. We get started in 14 minutes, friends. How many people is your first day today in the stream? Curious, how many first timers? I want to know what it is we're doing. I'll give you a quick spiel about what it is I'm doing before I do it. I'm assuming everybody already knows, though. Rux Nostalgia, you hush. You hush your mouths. First time today. All of you guys sub to the channel. Never been here before. Oh, y'all be quiet. Sonic, shut up. I hate all of you. I'll start my day off like this. I know all of you. You're fucking liars. Swear to God. Oh, Charlie, dude, I saw your text, dude. I'm so bad with my text. I gotta message you back today. I literally have not been attached to my phone. But it's cool you're moving to Houston, dude. We'll have to chat. I'll chat more with you about it later. All right, Spurgeon here. I'm ready. My mods are like, first day here. Y'all are shitheads. Okay. Oh, so funny. All right. I'll just make sure I got to explain what's going on for the day. Y'all got it? Okay. Y'all are pretty well educated. I'll still talk about it a little bit further, but... Bro, I'm not going to lie. We need somebody streaming the Indian session. I see these Indian streamers on YouTube. They get 10,000. Dude, they get twice many, 3 times as many views as Pat Whelan does. Like that's a massive trading audience. I never even thought this is going to be as big, but I mean, there's a billion freaking people over there, so makes sense. So I think my next push into having somebody stream is to stream that area of the world, like from that area of the world, and for markets over in that area of the world. How much I reckon top prop firms bring in a year? Bottom line. So the data published in 2020, 2021, you can Google it itself. Top Step was reporting revenues of upwards of like, I think 25 to 50 mil net profit. Then, and kind of like the golden age of Top Step revenues. Let me Google it real quick. See. I think it was like 25 to 50. Let me see what it was. Yeah, so Top Step reported 25 million in revenue during 2020 and 2021 when they were the biggest firm out there. So your answer is the biggest firm out there peaked at 25 million. And that's before it got saturated. Now that it's saturated, remember that's revenue, right? That's not profit, that's revenue. So bottom line is after payouts, I would assume that the margins on a prop firm are extremely low. I would say that if they make 20%, I'd be surprised. Like I literally would. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like I'm about to open a tea shop and margins are like 70% on a tea shop. They're ridiculous. it's free money. You know, but they open a fitness studio and that's about 40%, right? No way a casino is going to have 60, 80% margins, right? Right, it's surprisingly low. It's much lower than people think that it is. That's why I never started a prop firm. TopStep reported those numbers in the day when they had the monopoly and really nobody else was around. And then once other firms stepped in, TopStep probably does about 10 million in revenue these days per year. And that's one of the bigger reported ones, which is again shared with the rest of the space. Now the entire TAM has grown, but you got to think that if everyone's making about 10, 15 million, they're all kind of competing for like a bigger pie. And as everyone's stabilizing around it, some of the bigger, better prop firms are probably making about 10 million, 20 million a year and max. So it's not as much as people think. They all like to pump the numbers like, you know, paid out this, paid out that. So, you know, you got to think that they probably make 200,000, I don't know, maybe what they do, like, let's think of an example, like sell 100 million in eval accounts and then you pay out 80 million in payouts. Just take here's how I do it. I assume 20% margins. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like 20% is probably good. There's no way they're rocking 40, 50% margins. It's your big $1 million payout that wipes them, right? So I would say about 20% margin. A lot of these firms like to say paid out $2 million this year. Well, there's your answer. You just reverse out what you think they put. Yeah. So if they paid out 20 million, you know, like they probably made 22 million, paid out 20, walked away with 2. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Lots of costs, lots of overhead, lots of risk, right? You have to have cash on hand, especially like for solvency, and they have to be out there and hedge. I mean, it's a lot of work. So I would like to say that, yeah, payout caps and like, you know, 5-day payout sort of things makes margins better. That's why firms like My Funded Futures and some of these other bigs, that's why they do so well. Gold and Bitcoin are both, let me talk about that really quick. We're both going to be very sensitive today. I think Bitcoin's just going to be selling off, just like the S&P, and gold's going to be in that same situation. Everything's going to be selling off today. It's a liquidation day. People are getting squeezed left and right. I wouldn't be betting on holding gold because of the war thing, but you know that anytime gold is down big and Bitcoin is down big, the S&P is down big and NASDAQ, they all kind of go hand in hand. We're back to being a major liquidity squeeze or liquidity crisis from this big old squeeze. I'm going to tell you, we can have another green day today that goes all the way up to the top. It's going to be unusually volatile. So the thing I don't like to do is short at the lows. If I am short-minded, I try to find a thing that makes sense to short from. An example would be like, okay, there's a red line right where that cat active line is. Okay, so today, short targets, pretty obvious that I like to take these if I am wanting to short, which should be if the ratio is less than half over here, I'm going to short inside of this area there. About a 50-point run between cat active line and DD band, building inside of here and MHP inside of there as well. Gives me about 80 points of play with a stop there to short off of. Now, with that being said, I expect arbitrage fully to be closer to maybe like 200. It's going to be big. A gap down like this, one of the first times we've seen a gap down like this since we've had the indicator. We got about 50 points of run here. So S&P to there, maybe to there. If we break with any momentum, it could squeeze up higher. So my only place, like I said, if it does this and it does this, I'm going to avoid the market from there. I'm going to short off of something only that makes sense and then play that. I'm in no hurry to give money away. I'm doing super duper well today. Already waking up, making my way downtown with 50K in my pocket. I don't even have to work today. But I'm here for you guys, right? I don't have to do shit today. I made 50K. Market isn't even open. I made 50K. This is the Rock Scooter platform. So, you know, I can make my way down to the golf course. It's a nice day outside, but we're going to stay here and stream. I'm talking you guys through it. Ready to roll. Ready to roll. Are you ready to ride? Are you ready to ride? And what am I trying to do here? All right, y'all. So this is the Rockscooter platform. Links in the description below. It's gamma exposure tools and market internals and arbitrage. So it's a whole different style of trading than most people are used to. Hindu, nice to meet you, bud. Is Slacks okay? I want to find next guy yesterday morning. Messaged him Discord. Well, DM, no response. He's okay. I hope he's okay. He probably just got busy. He should be good. He gets busy too. Yeah, I realize he's like a, he's a busy boy. He's got a life and everything. So sometimes he gets busy. I need a Korean streamer and an Indian streamer. I think that's where I want to go for the next opening, is to have somebody from an actual Asian country streaming after Brad would stream. That'd be awesome. We're going to open those doors because we're partnering with Go Charting, which is a company that is very big in India already. And actually on Fridays in the afternoons, I would be every 2 weeks or so for a little bit on another show. You know how to MFTV for like an hour? I'll be doing like an hour stream with Go Charting's team in the afternoons on Fridays to help bring them to the States. South Korean market was a roller coaster overnight. So when is Slacks leading the new prop site? Busy? Yeah. That's exactly right. So Andrew is going to be essentially the operating head of the prop site. I'm the development head, but essentially I'm operationally hands off. I'm gonna be one of the account managers probably for some of the accounts, like the ones that I have really good personal relationships with, just to keep face. Like, but other than that, I'm going to be mostly hands off. So he's a busy boy. Futures are not allowed in India. Is it just, they don't have, Indian market doesn't have futures contracts, just stocks, I guess. I don't know much about it, actually. Korean traders focus heavily on crypto. It's like a religion there. I hear like crypto trading in Korea is like an esport. Like they televise that stuff and people like sit in bars and watch people trading crypto head to head, like it's like they're playing StarCraft. I need a British streamer for some old-fashioned sarcasm and some British insults. I love it. The NinjaTrader implementation. So currently, right now, let me give you the update on what's going on with Go Charting first, NinjaTrader next. So Go Charting stuff is something we are. They themselves. We've already sent them the API. We already sent them the endpoints. We already sent them documentation, and they themselves are developing internally their UI to display our stuff in their platform from our API. Immediately after that, Ninja's next up, and after that, TradingView might be next up. We hear that there's a way that you can communicate to TradingView now via API, and have TradingView grab information from our servers and display on their own charts. If that's completely said and done, if we get in TradingView, Ninja, and Go Charting, we can decommission our own platform, possibly. You won't have like all of these parts here, but we might have a way to work around it. The idea of decommissioning our platform would basically be you get faster, cheaper data. You don't have to go open the brokerage account to get it. And that would be like ideal for ours. And obviously our overhead would shrink out a little bit less and our people can focus on just making stuff for the platform. But we don't know if we're going to decommission altogether. So your lifetime membership would just apply to the tools, or you can get them on 3 different platforms instead of our own. Maintaining a platform is a lot of work, and we don't want to really be in the platform business, maybe in the tools business, right? But this is like a means to an end. So with that being said, we haven't decided on decommissioning. We're probably going to still stay open, but in 3 to 5 years, the goal would be that Rockscooter tools are everywhere. We have a deal with every major platform, and then we don't need to carry the overhead of the platform. Work at the Toronto Stock Exchange. I mean, global exchanges is a goal of ours. It always has been. We need to get options data from multiple exchanges if it's available. Problem is I haven't been able to find options data that's available for sale in other markets outside the US. But I haven't looked in, like 5 years, so I don't know if that's changed just of recently. What does your website say about the new Apex accounts? They're worse. I made several tweets about it. The intraday is slightly better than the previous intraday. Apex ranked in the fives. Five to six is what we call the dirt pile. 6 to 7 is like subpar. 7 to 8 is like okay. 8 to 9 is great. 9 to 10 is best in class. Apex's new accounts went from a 5 to a 7. The hype and the increase just made the intraday slightly better. The end of the day drawdowns are ranked 5 and 6. They fall short of every prop from the top 10. Apex requires a 90% off sale on the intraday to even be competitive with TPT. At 90% off sale, Apex doesn't even beat the MyFunded Futures score with no sale. That's how bad the end of the days are as far as score goes. And the score got chopped, the score tanked because end of the day drawdown and DLL and consistency roll. Those two together will nuke your difficulty score. Your overall score will drop. So it should already tell you that has consistency and DLL when funded to avoid it. No firm has both of those. Most firms have 0 of those, most of the good ones. So, all right, wait for the opening. Arbitrage, no way that it's literally at 0. I was thinking it might be like 20. I mean, 200 on Nasdaq, so possibly could have been 200. We'll see, but we're on point with the stocks. So we're gonna wait. Catalyst active. We are bumping up 120 points immediately on the first candle. Resilience is way mad negative here. Cat active line is probably a short setup. Long out the wazoo. Yeah, those of you that were like long-minded and you were, say I said, like the first, don't trade the first range, right? Let the market do its thing. This crazy gap down, my thought today is that we're going to hit the catalyst active line and respond to it. So my thought is here. We'll see if we get the maps coming through and what they say. Ooh. Like I said, the first candle, we just dropped 80 points. We went up 120, down 80. It's going to be a little wild bit of a ride there. Let's let ARB finally start kicking in once we get all the stuff calculated. PD ratio, 31. Why are my liquidity maps not popping up? There we go. Ooh, she ain't good. All right, 31 DD, not good. We're below. Okay, so perfect. So it's shorting at half gap with negative res. That's it. So this to there, if we get lucky, it's a sell off from there. That's it. There to there for lucky, it's sell off from there. So that's it. That's the place. Let me see what the monthly maps look like. So wait, I'm gonna wait for what I want. I'm up 546,000, 100K to million challenge. Nobody doing it live like we do. Thank you very much for being here. It means a lot to me to see all of you guys here supporting the calls. Can we get those monthly maps, baby? A little delayed on the monthly maps there. Give it a minute, it'll show up. Let's leave the S&P on until it pops on there. Okay. Yeah, so the market's pretty much doomed, right? We don't know if we're going to World War III or World War IV or two war, the Fast and Furious thing. World 7, War 8. We don't know. We really don't know. And so the market's gonna be highly unusual. World War Z, yeah, exactly. War 7. Lifetime giveaway will be today. Yeah, once viewers peek out, then we'll have our lifetime giveaway. Let's double check some major stocks. Yeah, so it's pop and drop city today. All right, we know that. I'm at 50K for P&L already. 50K. There we go. Monthly maps finally kicking on. Let's see what we got. Come on, S&P. S&P. Show me what you got. My word. Still delayed on that account. Come on. Want to see that number? I would be 100% willing to short off a DD band interaction point. As long as this is less than half, I'll be good with that. Chasing a short cat active, not necessarily going to do that. This isn't enough for me to want to play this. There's more upside potential, I would think, than possibly down, even though I'm downside minded. Pop, then drop is what I want to see. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, market. That's what we want to see. This bad boy here, 6. Hold on, that's SPY. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. 68.22. Bear zone top. I just draw that line. 68.22. So we know that over here, the bear zone, it's the same bear zone for monthly maps. Just kind of like draw a text box here. Yep. So pop and drop today, or if not, just drop from here. Right. Bear zone top monthly maps. So that's the greater bear market, right? All three greater market signals are bearish. VIX above 100, VIX above triple B. Everything's bear, 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 bear. Bear zone top monthly maps. Zone top monthly maps. Bear zone top monthly maps. Okay. With NASDAQ, it's going to be, like I said, we've been thrown in the bear market. Market's toast. I jumped to 470 yesterday to 546 in the morning. I made 10K yesterday. So I was up 510 by the end of the day. In the stream, I was down 20, but by the end of the day, I was up 10. So the short I had at the end of the day played off. I was up 10, and then I'm up 40 for today. Or maybe 510, 506, something like that. NASDAQ is just absolutely toast. 25,011. We're not going to mark it. It's too far off the chart. The NASDAQ's nowhere close to bear territory. 25, way up here. We're not going to interact with that at all. But we'll remember that, 25,000. Yep. Yeah, so overnight, right? I made this trade last night. So yesterday, my trades were pretty simple. I was trying to short this, and I was making a bunch of money on my props. And finally, at the end of the day, here and here, I shorted that and walked away 10K up on this account. And then right at the open, I shorted last night and then closed out here. So I shorted from there to there. That was the 40K there, and also the 10K there. Dude, I'm telling you, overnight trading has been so much easier than daytime trading. Structure hasn't been breaking overnight. If you guys have noticed that, and a lot of people have noticed that too, like Matt, you've been trading very well overnight and you've been shitting the bed on your stream. Oh, I know, trust me. The overnight structure is not breaking in Asia's session, Europe's session. It's only the American session. It's like American traders are the ones that are getting squeezed on this Bitcoin crap. And that's why structure's breaking left and right. So I'm surprised that ARB is not negative 100 or 200 like I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit nice and tight. Okay, now it's 50. Now it's picking up some steam. Okay. It trends more. Like the overnights you guys have noticed, right? The overnights it's been trending a lot more and been more stable, right? It's not just like the market's just trucking along and then it crashes like nothing, right? Trump's not tweeting overnight, right? Things like that aren't happening. It's just been a characteristic of the market. And for me, I trade where I'm strong, right? That's really important to me. I tell you, once the market starts moving, I'm gonna start making some money. And remember, when I tell you guys, don't play the opening range, you're gonna try to chase the long, get squeezed, try to chase a short, get squeezed. Let it extend further outside of the range. All right, let it do its thing. Resilience is negative 60 on S&P. It's minus 20 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the stronger of the two, which is interesting and impressive. ARB is now finally kicking into what I thought. It's going to be minus 75. That's good. All right, so when we get up here, it might say minus 100 or 200 at my short entry point. Cool beans, baby. Let's let it ride. Wait a minute. Where's my... Okay. Be strategic about this. I only short off of something to something. Alrighty. Prepped and ready to go here. Make sure my bombs are all good. Okay, I haven't made any trades yet. Remember, long-minded folks, short-minded folks, make sure you're efficient on your entries. Get in at a place that matters. Get out of a place quick. Now ARB is minus 100. Good. Okay, perfect. What I drew earlier, what I thought was going to happen was this. Was that. That's what we're waiting for. Are we in World War III, boys and girls? Dude, a lot less choppy overnight, right? Okay, don't go anywhere because we're going to do our first giveaway in about 20 minutes, everybody. And we're going to do lifetime giveaway right after that. Lifetime rocket scooter giveaway, which is a $4,000 prize. Don't go anywhere. You'll see my steaks I made last night. Ooh, baby. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, nom, 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 nom. That's it. That's the good stuff. I'm getting really, I'm falling in love with my griddle, the Weber griddle I got. Weber griddle, blah, 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 blah. Did you hear steak? Oh, you heard steak. Weber griddle, dude, I'm loving it. It's super good. Double carbs, bro. We had double carbs. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The funny thing was we actually had that conversation last night because we're on like a low carb sort of thing right now. We're like, are we doing double carbs? And she's like, yeah, but we got to eat this pasta because it's going to go bad. We made pasta like a week ago and it's just sitting there in the fridge. It's just like noodles. It wasn't even pasta. And we were like, we gotta do some of those noodles. And I'm like, all right. So we put some light pesto on it, but she already had the sweet potatoes. So here we go. Remember the opening range, let it do its thing, right? Let's kind of see. This is gamblers, right? Playing down here. Let people figure this out. Lucid coming out with the sale today? I believe so. Yeah, Lucid had some new stuff coming out over the weekend. Is it good for milk steak? Only if you boil your milk over hard. Side of jelly beans. Drive past the Weber Blackstone HQ the other day. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, like, I used to have a Blackstone and I gave it away to my housekeeper's family. Hello? Yeah. Wait, a flower? What? I've never had a shot like this before.
Ah!
Dang.
Look at it.
That's really cute.
It's
Thanks.
supposed to be like a...
Thank you so much. You know, thank you every day for doing that, by the way. Chat loves you for that. You take care of me on the stream so I can trade. Everyone's saying hi, Doc. Hi, Doc. You love your Blackstone? Yeah, I used to have a Blackstone and then I got rid of it in lieu of getting the Weber griddle. Like the Blackstone was entry level for me. I was like, let me spend like 150 bucks on a griddle, see if I like it. I'm like, all right, I liked it. So then I upgraded and chunked, you know, the $1,000 Weber or whatever with like, I think the surface on the Blackstone, mine was like warped. I don't know what it is. Hey, babe. Where? Thank you. Appreciate you.
About the steak yesterday.
I just showed him pictures of the steak. We were talking about our double carb situation.
Oh yeah, it's because like when I made this sweet. Okay, first Matt. Focus on the words.
I'm not trading right now.
Oh, first Matt was like, okay, like what are we gonna do? Some macaroni and cheese and some mashed potatoes. And I'm like, I've been feeding him super clean super organic, super clean, super low cal, high protein the last week. And it's like been making him feel really good. And so I'm just like thinking, what? Why mashed potatoes and mac and cheese? So I'm like, the alternative is, you know, leftover pasta with pesto sauce, so no cheese. And the other thing is mashed sweet potatoes. I made mashed sweet potatoes first. And then I'm like, okay, well, he's probably not going to fill up on the mashed potatoes. So therefore, I'm going to add a little bit of noodles because when I was younger, my mom would serve me with steak a side of pasta with butter. Actually, it's either steak with rice or steak with pasta and butter. So.
Somebody said, "What's your body fat at, Matt?" Yes. Answer that question.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I doc.
Yes. There's some.
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's actually there's actually less now. I'm down like maybe like 5 pounds already. Butter is a superfood. I know. Like, dude, I could just eat butter off a stick.
That's a carnivore trend right now. People are eating steaks with a stick of cold butter. It's weird. It's weird. Sorry if you guys love it. To me, I just can't.
Butter is like so. Remember that coffee? There was a whole
butter in it. Yeah.
What was it called? There was a whole trend about it for a while, but it was like it was made by the Sherpas. They would put yak's milk butter in the coffee.
Putting butter in coffee will have you
bulletproof. That's what it was called. The bulletproof. Yeah, you put this like some kind of refined coconut oil plus the butter plus the coffee.
You didn't tell me.
What?
Well, my hair. Okay, anyway, go on.
What's going on with your hair?
I just look like I woke out of rolled out of bed, which is exactly what I did.
I look like that every day on my
No,
stream.
you literally get out of bed,
MCT oil, that's right, that's
fix
right.
your hair, and you're good. That's like the nice thing about being a guy. A girl, they literally look like they got out of bed. I do a carnivore diet, but I don't do the butter thing. That's just weird. I don't get it. I mean, just please educate us on why people eat a whole stick of butter. Cheese, and it has to be cold butter. It can't be like soft butter. Specifically, social media says you gotta eat a whole stick of cold butter.
Probably, I'm gonna say, there's no scientific reason for it to be cold other than when you heat something up, it breaks it down a little bit. So it just preserves 100% of the butter. I feel like when you microwave or something, you break down some of the fats, and so the fat content gets less, you get less caloric value when you heat it up. I don't know anything. You're the nutrition person.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't, right?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
I could say that's a reach what I said. That's probably the only reason. Because when I heat like sauces with butter in them, they like break down and get watery.
Yeah, the whole point is to eat less butter.
It's brain food. There you go. Bulletproof coffee is very nice on your ketosis. Yeah, it's actually really good. Like when you have that fat in you, it's like slow burning fuel in coffee. I used to do the bulletproof thing back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. I bought MCT oil. The problem is that over time the bottle started getting slimy. It's highly refined, certain parts of the coconut oil. That's like the better part of the coconut oil. Some of the compounds in the coconut oil, they refined just in one part. But it's so, because like dissolves like, it was in a plastic bottle. So over time, you could start to feel it on the outside of the bottle. It was just seeping through it. Yeah. So, MCT oil is a laxative. Wherever we find that out the hard way. Yeah. But anyways, I used to do it, and like you would get such a good energy boost. We should try it. Is butter? You ever had butter in coffee? Butter doesn't have a flavor like in coffee. It's just like cream in coffee. So there's like really like, but there's less sugar because it's just pure fat. Right? Cream has a little bit of sugar in it. And so butter coffee is actually really good. Yeah, like milk is like sugar, fat, and protein. Butter is just the fat portion of that. Yeah. Only works if in ketosis though. Oh, thanks for breakfast, by the way. Thanks for the matcha, man. Thanks for the flower. Appreciate it. Oh, it's so good. It's good. No, it's really good. Thanks. All right, market. You see how we're kind of dancing around the opening range. Nasdaq's been up or down about 100 points. Don't seem to be like that tradable here, but it's not crashing, which is good to see. Arbitrage is stabilizing. Resilience got slightly worse on the S&P, and yeah. So there is no upside play beyond half gap today, just like I drew earlier. It's all resistance from here. CAD active, it's pretty bad. All right, we'll do our first giveaway in just a little tiny bit, y'all. Let's start off with some fun here. Hit that like button really quick. Hit that like button very quick. Oh yeah, so yesterday, I guess somebody asked what I made yesterday. So yesterday I made 98.80 in the challenge account, and then all my other accounts were like way up. So I got max profit in 2 of my TPTs and 8,000 in another one. So I made 36K in TPT. At the end of this week, I'm gonna take another 50K payout, or a 50K payout from TPT. That's about what I'm gonna make, or what I'm gonna take out against what I've made. So this is my total yesterday was 58 too. I've been on a very good streak lately. It's been nice. Don't play Baby Short. Don't. Baby Short. Dee dee doo doo dee doo. Eat blue chew. Which is funny because it's a children's song that has the word blue chews in it. This is what our community is like. Y'all are crazy. All right. ETF is the first one we always do. Play the win streak song. Whoa. I'm on a win streak. Whoa. as another announcement, like I said, as we said earlier, as when our prop scoring site comes out, we're going to be all over changing the prop industry more than anybody else. And we're going to know everything as it comes out and have all the scoop. And so since the hot topic is Apex's new accounts, let me share with you guys some info about that. I did make a tweet that has the information there, but this is what you'll be able to do with our prop scoring site. Now, I've dumped everything from the DB into a spreadsheet for y'all to see, but this is the answer. You'll be able to answer questions like this. Now, our scoring model is as such, whereas it's exponential like this, so that 5 is at the bottom, 10 is at the top. There's no such thing as 0. We start our scale at 5. And so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the reason it does this, such that all the firms that are best in class, there's a huge separation. So something that's just slightly better at the 9 scale would be like a 9.7 versus a 9.2. Slightly better. Something that's slightly better on the 5 scale would be like a 5.01 to a 5.02. So the idea is the dog shit gets crunched together in the 5s, and the good stuff gets stretched at the top. So like something that's like neck and neck at the top, we stretch and exaggerate it, so you really know who's better. That way, because most of the good firms all sit in here, and most of the dog shit sit in here, there's very little that sit in the middle. So the idea was, well, we want to de-exaggerate the ones at the bottom. You got to know that it's crap, and then exaggerate the ones at the top, so you really know who the best one is. This is a goal to find the best one. All right, that being said, you're gonna be able to do this with our new prop scoring website. It's a mathematically based scoring system that looks non-subjectively at the prop firm's offerings, everything, and it's basically based around the return on investment you get for the money you spend, the time you have to put in the market. There's a lot of things that factor into it: the difficulty of the accounts, all different parameters, what you can and can't do with them, how you can trade them, payout structure, drawdown structure, type of drawdown. Everything factors into a single score. Let me tell you guys, I did Lucid the other day as well. So we're getting them in one by one. And again, we haven't really launched the company, so we're not on top of it in real time. It's just us kind of putting the data together for ourselves. Apex's old accounts were ranked in the 5s. The old ones are ranked in the 5s in the shit pile. The new ones came in slightly better with no sale around 7, the new intraday. So it got slightly better. But the new end of the days are still ranked at 5. And what you can do with our site is simulate, or you will be when it's all said and done, what kind of sale gives a different score. So as the sale changes, the score goes up when the value gets better. And so you can say Apex at a 50% off is still ranked at 5 and 6 on the end of the days. By comparison, my funded futures with no sale ranks in the 9s. No DLL, no consistency when funded, the score goes up. TPT, end of the day drawdown on eval, trailing drawdown up to a quick buffer on a paid side, your score goes up as well. So with no sale, it ranks at 9. With 40% off, it ranks in the mid 9s. So you have to say, like, Apex needs a 90% off sale to have one of its accounts, the 50K, competitive with TPT. Do you guys understand how much power you now have as a shopper? You can answer. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Really quick, y'all get it? Of all the new end of the day accounts, the only one Apex is worth the damn is the 50K. The other ones are absolute trash. The only one that's worth anything is the one that gives a good score, is a 9, right? Anything that is less than 9 is S. So you know that you're not going to do the 150. You're not going to do the 25 because this is a 6 and a 6. 50 is a 9 when there's a 90% off sale, and the 100's an 8, almost an 8. So when they have 90% off sale, which they do a lot of the time, then those are actually decent. They're not as great as the other competitors, but they're still somewhat decent. It's not up now. It's up for alpha this week. I'm getting the final updates done for our alpha testers to take off with it. The point I'm saying is you'll be able to compare what is Apex's 80% off sale, but TPT's 40% off sale. Which one do I want to do? I want to buy a 50K account. Well, theirs is a 9. Theirs is a 9.4. This is going to be better, and better means better value for the time you spend in the market for the money you pay. This is value in general. So the highest value is the one you should choose because difficulty is ranked in there as well. We have fine-tuning scoring parameters that allow you to score the firm based on certain things that you care about. Like an example is, you might say, I'm a very bad trader, so I want something that's not so hard. Okay, then you'll be able to subdivide by difficulty score. Trailing drawdown is more difficult than end of the day drawdown. As an example, it'll have a worse score. Another thing is you might say, man, I'm a good trader, but boy, I have psychological issues. If I'm having to make like 7-8 days to get a payout, I freak out by day 7. I need something that pays out quicker. Doesn't matter if it's slightly harder, but I want to be in and out quicker, even if it's a smaller payout. Boom, we have a metric that is scores by time and market for what you pay. The best value for what you just time and market on its own. So the goal is going to be, Farina has been such a huge effort in testing. Like, she's been such a great part of the feedback. When we do the alpha testing, we'll bring more of you guys in there to help out. So pretty neat, right? So the idea is that it's, you know, our motto is trust the math, not the marketing. And you'll be able to see, is something really just a product of marketing, right? This hype and campaign that any kind of prop firm puts out there, you won't know what the real value is. Top step change is one thing, but in the fine print, they change another thing. They taketh one thing, they giveth one thing. What's the overall value change? We gave you $1,000 more for payout, but we make you trade 2 more days. Did that account just get worse or better? Well, in that answer, the answer is worse. Time and market's one of the biggest factors of a low score. The longer you spend in the market, the higher your possible failure rate overall. So the point I'm saying is that you'll be able to actually know which one's better by a scoring model that's neutral. There's no favorites, there's no subjectivity, there's no, if I like you, you get a better score. I will rip the lid off this industry. I don't care who I'm partnered with. If I'm partnered with you and your score sucks and you're like, I don't want to partner with you anymore because you're ranking me bad, I can say good luck, sirs and ma'ams. We are going to be an independent ranking site. We are the credit bureau of trading prop firms. You can think of me like that. I'm Propsperian. I'm Props Union. I'm Proplifax. Okay, I'm the credit bureau at this point. I will have the credit score for every prop. You will know its credit worthiness going forward. I'm serious, and I literally designed it like a credit bureau. Propifax. I'm telling you. So one thing that's going to come out in phase 2 is the score history. We don't have a lot of history because we just started, but score changes over time. For prop firm, you can say like August, September, October, November, and see score changes over time. You'd be like, holy crap, that prop firm is getting less and less and less score. Every rule change is getting worse and worse and worse. There's your red flag. Someone's credit worthiness is declining. Each change they've come out has been stricter and stricter and stricter. What does that tell you? Rug pull incoming. Is it sponge worthy? Dude, we've been watching Seinfeld. That episode. Is it sponge worthy? Yeah, out of here. Yeah. Prop Karma. It's pretty nice, right? That's actually a cool name, Prop Karma. I never thought of that. But yeah. That's Propifax is fire. I like that, right? It's not Equifax, but it's a proprietary scoring model that ranks fairly. It's the credit bureau of prop scores. So prop scoring. Which Tradeify account has the best score? Let me ask you. Now, again, it's all a function of, let me see, hold on really quick. Your own trading parameters also can affect the score because you can tell it like certain things about yourself. On the default scoring parameters, the best ranked Tradeify account they're all pretty decent-ish on the new scoring range that has been recreated to like draw things out. Tradeify ranks in the 5s these days. It used to be ranked a little higher, but once you start adding more data to it, it's pushing Tradeify lower. Tradeify is coming in, which is interesting. Let me double check that that's right. Difficulty is really high. I think the part of that is that there's DLL in their accounts. DLL nukes your score. The way that the Rev2 model we created where DLL is a larger factor in scoring. But the best of the Tradeify suite seems to currently be the Growth and the Select. They're both really good. The Lightning straight to funded is going to be a little bit harder because it's straight to funded. It'll be a little bit lower. But also you have to give some credit to Tradeify in that its probability of getting paid out is guaranteed. They have almost no payout denials. So I have also experienced a great experience with Tradeify. But when it comes to end of the day drawdown accounts, the fact that the exaggeration of the score in the 8 to 10 range goes up higher, my funded futures has no DLL, no consistency. They're going to rank slightly higher. So you just had a Tradeify renew and was thinking going for one of the others. I've never had a bad experience with Tradeify. I really enjoy trading with them. But their accounts are characteristically harder than most of the other accounts out there. Difficulty score being a 7 is fairly high on a scale of 1 to 10. So, or sorry, on a scale 5 to 10. So slightly more difficult. It's not off the charts difficulty, not trailing drawdown, but when you have DLL plus consistency, your score is going to tank. And that's the same thing you have the Apex. And that's also with no sale, by the way. So those don't, when I say 5s, that's with no sale, right? When Tradeify always has like a 40% off sale. Let me put 40% off and just see what it would be. Like if I put 40% off on that growth account, it goes from it goes almost to a 6. So when you have like their 40% off sale, they're ranked at about 6. Yeah. So when I said 5, I meant baseline price, which nobody's at baseline price. Drop and roll. All right, guys, ETF. Type in the chat. I'm on a win streak. I really am on a win streak, by the way. I'm on one hell of a good win streak right now. Type it. We're gonna do our giveaway now. If you haven't typed it in, type it in. 1 more minute. Give y'all a moment there. Type it in. Bow. Are you guys looking at this chart today? Have y'all made a trade? Have you not made a trade? Have you said, man, that guy Matt was right. I would have been chopped out both sides no matter what I did. He was like, sitting out may not be the best option, may not be the worst option, right? Can I tell you something really funny? Hold on. I hear this on. Oh, wait. I had my phone. For some, I went to this nostalgic vibe. So my phone is now, when it rings, dun 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 dun. You guys remember like iPhone 1? I've been using iPhone 1 ringtones going down a trip down nostalgia lane here. Bing, 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 ding, ding, ding. Ding, bing. I was like, how old is your phone? I was like, I found the section of the old school ringtones. I've been having fun with them. But there was one, the other one, the marimba one. Dunkin' dunkin' dinkin' 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 dinkin'. I had that one on for a little bit too. $5.99 for the ringtone. Dude, I remember back in the day when I used to buy ringtones on my Motorola Razr. I had a bunch of them. I had this is before, you know, Ian Watkins got arrested for being a fucking pedophile, but back in the day, I had Wake Up by Lost Prophets as my ringtone to be my alarm in the morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting. waiting for us, Joe. And I'd be like, I'd wake up to that every morning and get up and go to work as an engineer. Poor band, dude. The band was so good, man. That guy had to be such a fucking shithead. It would be crazy if you were in that band and that guy just ruined your great band's career and you were the other guys like, what the fuck, man? Like, really? And he got killed in prison last year. You guys remember that? By somebody. It was like, yeah, he raped kids, so I killed him. That's what somebody said. I was like, oh. What a story, right? They were such a good band. Anyways, that was my ringtone in the morning. It's a great song to wake up to. Literally yelling at you to wake up. All right, type in ETF, guys. Type it. And I used to have like have a bunch of songs. Like I had what was it? I had 30 Seconds to Mars, one of my ringtones one year. Start Something slaps. Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah. Rooftops is probably was my favorite song of theirs, man. That was like one of my, like I said, I just love standing on the rooftops. Everybody scream your heart out. It's such a good song. But man, sometimes those Hollywood music people are just weirdos doing weird shit. It was, and when I found out what he did, I was so disgusted. Yeah, I couldn't even believe it was true. It was so outlandish. All right, looks like we're getting a little bit of a poke here. I don't know. It's not completely untradeable at this point. Holly weird. Oh yeah. Quoting some Waylon Jennings. Yes, sir. All right. I think we're still off here. Like I said, it's a little inconclusive. It's not tradable. That's the one thing you have to take away. It's not really tradable. I'm going to wait. In this environment, I'm going to wait for some kind of expansion of volatility and react to it. If the market just dumps, I'm going to sit out. If the market pops, I'm going to short it down. But jumping in here and doing anything from low consolidation is a bad idea. So I'm going to do anything. I don't want to mess up my win streak, baby. Oh, win streak. Ooh. How do I rate the flex accounts? On my funded? Like I said, I'm going to wait for the site to come out before I give you guys all the answer. I'm going to build up the hype for it. You talking about Tradeify flex or MyFunded Futures flex? Tradeify's flex are some of their better plans. MyFunded Futures flex is not their better plan. It just depends. Lifetime today. Yep. We'll do lifetime right after this as well. I haven't put ETF in the actual scoring model yet. The scoring model, we just put in like what's topical or relevant little by little. But as soon as the site comes out for our alpha group on production, they're going to go in there and add everything in the first week. My desktop setup, wait, what my computer looks like or what the actual screens look like? All right, type ETF. We're going to give away our first account, Elite Trader Funding. Man, that wheel needs to spin a lot more. Brando, what's up, man? Your first winner. Congratulations, Brando. Okay. Next giveaway, and I tell you, we have always had problems. Are we in a VIX event right now? Let me double check. I don't think we're at risk interval on VIX just yet. We're probably getting close. All right, so that giveaway is over. We're gonna do the lifetime giveaway in just a second. Vix risk interval 390. So we're talking about 390 from 2104, 494, almost there. Not there yet, but 494 is risk interval Vix. So that's automatic market falls apart. So 494. Okay, so we're not close to it yet, but we're getting close. Okay. The heck? What's all this blank space at the bottom of my platform? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so next giveaway. What happened in Miami? No, Nick, what happened, dude? What happened over there? My computer and screen setup. All right. All right. Computer and screen setup. I've got, okay, I'll just draw it for you. I don't have a picture of it. I've got 2 desks, one like this, one like this. Oops, let me clean everything off here. Or do you want to give away in a little bit? Hold on. Not yet though. Got a desk here and a desk here. This is, it's got a giant monitor and a gaming laptop. This is my gaming setup here. This has 6 monitors like this. And then it's got this one thing right here, which I don't use anymore, which is the tablet I can draw on this screen with. So I had these 6 plus that one is a 7 is a screen on that too. I've got my key lights here. I've got my camera here. Got my microphone here. And so I've got on my 6 screens, they all do different stuff. Basically, the center screen is my trading screen. The right screen is my encoder, which runs the stream. This screen is Discord. This screen is mostly my trading platforms. And this stream is also sometimes my trading platforms, but mostly like browser. And then this stream is YouTube. So I'm kind of like, and it changes depending on what I'm doing. But when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at chat. So basically when you see me staring this way, I'm reading chat. I keep a spreadsheet open to do random calculations in. I gotta tap at the spreadsheet. So that's basically it. I only need one screen to trade. So the screen you see is the only screen I have that's got trading on it. There's good pics of my setup on the website. Wait, which website? Do I run 2 graphics cards? On this computer, yeah. Those RAM kits, dude. She sold some of them. We found people in the marketplace to buy them. ETF giveaway is over. We're gonna do one more giveaway in just a second. So this computer, this PC has 2 graphics cards in it. It's got a 5080 to just base like the main graphics card for the computer, but then I also have a like a 3090 or 3080. So I have like a it's a 3070 for just the power monitor. So like essentially, since you don't SLI cards anymore, there's no reason to get 2 5000 series anymore unless you're just trying to show off. So I got like a tiny little, it's like, I think it's a 3060 or 3070 MSI and a 5080. That's it. This one just powers 3 monitors. This one powers the other 3. My graphics card on the piece on the gaming setup is a 5090. So that's pretty cool. This is the fastest thing I've ever played games on. It's incredibly fast. How much does it cost in total, including your scooter near your door? How much does it cost in total? I spent a lot of money on computer stuff, dude. I buy it state of the art when it comes out. The last computer that I had when I built it in 2021 actually, had 2 3080 Ti's, 2 motherboards, 2 CPUs, a power supply that powered 2 computers in one box. That computer, and I bought everything during COVID, which cost twice as much. I spent roughly over 20 grand on that computer. Graphics cards at the time, dude, you were paying $3,000, $4,000 for 3080 Ti because they were in a shortage during the chip shortage era. Everything that you bought was twice as much. So I've spent a significant amount of money over the years just maintaining my computer stuff. This one, I would say I probably spent $7,000 on this one. The graphics card is, you know, almost half of that. The CPU, the RAM, the motherboard. You know, motherboard's another 1,000. The CPU. I'd say probably $6,000-7,000 on this one. I already reused a lot of my old components on this one. But I'm kind of like, when it comes to computers, I'm a state-of-the-art kind of person. I buy the newest thing when it comes out at full price. I don't care. That's the one thing I waste money on. All right. You want to auction the sign off over there? Yeah, this one wasn't bad. I got this one in the era where shit wasn't that expensive. I already had a RAM kit, but I actually upgraded it to 96. I had a 32 gig kit and I upgraded to 96. So that was kind of pricey, maybe $500. 400 bucks. I got a 9950 plus a high-end Asus Pro Gamers board. Total that's probably 1,500 for those two, and then the graphics card 5080 was what was it? 2,000, 3,000 bucks. I can't remember how much it was. And I put an all-in-one cooling system this time. Usually I build my own water cooling, but this one was all-in-one, which was kind of nice because my last system. Let me show you my last PC. You guys are gonna like it. Watch this. Hold on. Michelle, let me brag a little bit. I need to do an Instagram of my new computer. This was my old office in my last house. So that was the computer. So this one, I'll show you a bigger version of it. This was my first computer, custom built loop. I did all the tubing, everything. The internal was this. So I had, this was a streaming PC. So I had a gaming / trading rig here. Two 3080 Ti's for overkill, because again, you couldn't SLI them. But I wanted them to look uniform in the box. So the funny thing was I bought two graphics cards at peak price, at double price actually during COVID, because I wanted them to look symmetric in the box, because I'm that dumb. But it looked pretty, right? And I re-sleeved all the cables so that they would all be like that custom black and white. And then yeah, so this is one PC. Cooling, there's a distro plate that cools both. So the loop basically goes, the pump goes through here, cools everything off, goes to the plate, cools off CPU 1, cools off the graphics cards here, and then the outlet cools PC number 2 before it goes into the pump intake. So right here, PC number 2 is an ITX mini board that had a 4K graphics or 4K capture card on it that I can take an output signal from here and input it into here, and then this would render and crunch my stream on a second monitor and a second mouse and everything. And I can stream from that, and then I can play games or stream or trade with this. So this was 2 computers in one box. I had a custom power or a special power supply that had 2 24-pin ATX connectors on it. Does it also cool the GPU? Yeah, this cooled the GPU. So if you look at this one, it's pretty dope. So yeah, the water, the coolant flows this way, and then here, and it actually hold on. You can't see there's another radiator, but this dark spot is another radiator. So there's a radiator there and a radiator. There's 2 of them. So the tubing I did pretty well, except if you water cooling enthusiasts might notice this tube is a little wobbled there. This was a really hard bend to make. It had to move like half a centimeter to the left. I mean, it was messed up. So it looks a little weird. And this one got pinched on the CPU, which is bad for him, but I was too lazy to fix it. But other than that, the tubes all came out pretty perfect. Even this one, which has a slight gradient towards the intake, which you always want to have for sediment to drop into the bottom here, not just build up. So anyways, if there ever is any, just very rarely the case. But anyways, good form there. But anyway, the water flows this way. It goes through here, goes through one radiator in the back, comes out of the other radiator here, does the little bend, goes through here, goes through a second radiator, comes out here, goes this way, hits the plate, distributes it this way, Flow goes back into here, comes in here, then distributes it this way. Pulls graphics card 1, graphics card 2. Flows back into the plate. And then this distribution plate has channels that go through like this, and then it comes down. Then the hot water cools the streaming PC, which is not really that hot, which is why it's the last in line. And then it comes out back to the intake. Pretty nice, right? Yeah, this is a $20-something thousand computer. And that was my last one until, funny story, before I do the lifetime giveaway in a second, funny story is the CPU burnt out. After 5 years of doing it, the CPU was having issues and burnt out. I don't know if this had something to do with it. It probably did. I mean, that tube is pinched. You can clearly see it pinched right there a little bit. It doesn't get it's a very strong restriction, so the flow rate isn't as good as it needs to be. So I probably didn't have good temperature control on this, and after 5 years, the CPU just started burning out. If you guys are on the stream, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, remember my computer was like, maybe 2 years ago? Actually, no, it was last year. I was in this house. The computer was just shutting off. I couldn't figure out what's going on. The CPU was dead, and that was the problem. So because it's buried in all of this, you had to take everything out. I got so mad, and plus I was like, screw that tube. I bet you that's the reason. After so many years, it just burned out. That I started just ripping pieces out. Like I was just pulling the tubes out and ripping stuff and throwing things across the room. I literally rage quit this computer. I basically smashed it to pieces. I ripped everything out. I just grabbed things out, threw it on the floor. I was just like, get out of here. I just need everything out. I just need the box. I'm going to build a new computer from scratch. Screw everything. I'm throwing everything away and starting over. So that's what happened. Blame it on the ants. Yeah, we thought it was the ants, right? Back in the day. We're like, the ants are getting the computer or something. We didn't know. What do I think about the big disbalance in ES and NQ right now? Huge sell-off. It's just it's the wartime issues, right? The market is not going to respond very favorably to what's going on. And when you have actual campaigning, you're going to see a lot of panic. And so that's what we're seeing right now. I said if the market just opens and starts dumping, I'm going to sit out. I'm not going to engage at MHP. I'm actually not going to trade today. Circuit breakers, we're nowhere close to circuit breakers now. You need 7%, and we're probably rocking maybe 2% right now. 2.5%. Yeah, we're very far from circuit breakers. Beast desktop. Yeah, thank you. So the new one, let me take a picture of the new one. Hold on. I got you. I got you, fam. Hold on. All right. Let me post you guys a pic of the new one. The new one is actually funny that it is much faster than the old one and much cheaper. Coming for y'all. All right, we're gonna do our lifetime giveaway in just a second. Don't go anywhere. It's a $4,000 prize. I'll tell you what you need to do. This is the new computer. So I went mostly with air cooling. Yeah, VIX is VIX at risk interval. We're almost there. 24.94 is risk interval VIX. This is automatic. Shut your shit down if that happens. So this is the new one. This is the 5080, and then this is the MSI, which I don't know was like the 3070. So it's a very simple computer. I have an all-in-one that just cools the CPU, and it had an LCD screen with my picture on it, but it's since gone out. 96 RAM, motherboard, 5080, 3070, and then fans. Very simple. So much easier to maintain. The graphics card fans never even turn on. I don't even play games on this thing. But this thing could run, you know, I mean, it could run any game at full frames, ultra settings. So much simpler this time. All right, free life. Okay, here's how this is gonna work. Okay, don't type in anything until you hear the rules, okay? The rules are as follows, and you have to follow every single time we do this. There's always an issue. This is lifetime we give away. If you look at the VIX, yes, Simon Dean, what's up? What about it? 24.94 is risk interval on VIX. Let me let Discord know. Yes, sir. Thank you for reminding me. 24.94 is 1 RI on VIX. Some of you that have done the boot camp, it's your first time to experience this. Oops. Time indeed. Awesome, my brother. Always with the reminder. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Read what Farina's saying. If you use the Rocket Scooter code with your favorite props, we get the best discounts, the best deals, the best giveaways, period, of anybody out there. If you use... What's up, Neon? What's up, Natoski? No, that's not as good as what you call me. Guess what? Lifetime giveaway. Here's how it works. Okay, ready? What you have to do is if you use our code with our partner prop firms that we work with, which is about to get much, much, much bigger when the new site comes out, we'll have a code with everybody. If you spend $1,000 in the previous month total using our code, total, we're gonna verify it, so don't enter the contest if it doesn't qualify. We will check, and if you try to enter the contest and try to win and you didn't qualify, we get kind of mad at you. Sometimes Slacks has permanently banned people from Rocket Scooter for trying to gimmick that thing. So be honest, if you're off by 50 or 100 bucks, we're gonna understand mistakes can happen. But if you're like, oh, I never used the code, sorry bro, I wasn't paying attention, Slacks is gonna probably come kick you in the dick, even if you don't have one. But seriously though, pay very close attention. Which, remember the song, the slightly fatter Matt? Slacks hops on his trusty toad. Y'all remember that? Okay. Anyways, I'm quoting that song. We're not a violent stream here. The answer to what you need to do, so what you need to do is you need to type, I understand the rules if your name is drawn. Just, I understand the rules is what you type. If you don't type, I understand the rules, you don't win the prize if your name is drawn. So if you type, yes, I'm here, it's me. No, you physically type in, I understand the rules. That way you know. And then when you win, it's a $4,000 prize. It's a big one. So when you win, you get the prize. And we will check. So we'll verify with our partner prop that your receipts are accurate. You'll provide your receipts. And you win. Lifetime Rocket Scooter is lifetime platform, lifetime Discord, lifetime boot camp, lifetime every tool we make, lifetime everything. It's the club to be in our group. Most of the people eventually go lifetime in our group. Just single purchase of the platform, but it's $4,000 normally. We had a sale that made it $2,500, and I haven't taken it off the site yet. I meant to take it off on Sunday, but I forgot. So that's actually still active for today until I take it off, which will be tonight. So I forgot. So if you haven't got it, it's there for one more day, and it won't be $2,500 again until Black Friday. Okay. Circuit breaker is looking likely. We're kind of far from it, Gabe. Talking, you need 7% for the first circuit breaker. It could happen. It's just, I've traded days when circuit breakers happened. They feel more violent than this. The days that circuit breakers happen, VIX has moved 10, 15 points in a day, like March of 2020. And VIX has moved like 3 points. It's at a risk interval, which is the start of something. But days of circuit breakers have happened. We were already at risk interval VIX as early as the Asia session. And we're opening to like 4 or 5% drop already. We're at 2% right now. It's kind of a journey to get the other 5%. It's unlikely to happen today, but this is the start of circuit breaker-ish environment within the month. Yes. As the next couple of weeks play out, and if the market gets worse and worse and VIX goes to 25, 35, 45, and 50, those days will be circuit breaker days. It's almost unlikely to happen, but you're on the right path. It'll happen. I say that because I've been through enough circuit breakers to know what you do when you get there. This is the start of this is the start of March 2020 sort of territory, though. In a week or two, when that VIX is stretched enough, it'll be very possible. Okay, so free lifetime. Type only if you spent $1,000 using our code with our partner prop firms in the month of February only. Free lifetime. Type it in one word already. Somebody type it in lifetime. Half of you type in lifetime. See, this is why I have to review it. Half of you didn't get the rules wrong the very first thing you typed. Free lifetime. One word. All caps. Did I clear the list? Oh, no. Sorry. I didn't clear the list. Let me start over. All right. Everybody type it again. Let me give you 5 minutes to type it in. Only if you've spent the money. And in the future, we'll be able to have you input that spend on the prop scoring site. That way we just check that and we verify that, like the loyalty program sort of thing. All right. Since we got risk interval on VIX today, it's very much time to celebrate with the almighty Rockagloob. Rockagloob, as you see, turning your head sideways. Rockagloob, skewer. This is the vibe that I have in my heart today. I have my surfboard out. That's a really kick-ass looking longboard, by the way. My blue and pink flamingo shirt with my headband on. I'm ready to take the waves, baby. We're starting off good this day. No trades. Screw this market. Understand the rules. Perfect. If you win and your name is drawn, you will type "I understand the rules" to claim your prize. Roxaglue. I think it mostly says like rock glob. I don't know. The more you look at it. Rock glob. I think that's like two B's at the end, actually. It's hard to say because the second to last letter looks like a mix between an O and a B. All right. Like I told you this morning, no trade day is a winning day. I'm checking my affiliate sales, making sure you guys aren't spending money today. It'll make me disappointed out there blowing up and stuff. See, I'm the one affiliate out there that is like, this day is going to be shitty. Please don't trade. Every other affiliate out there is like, 28 bucks account, let's buy the dip. And all the other people are like, buy the dip too. And everybody's blowing up and the affiliate's just cashing them checks. I wake up this morning and say, sit the fuck out today. Don't be spending money today. Don't be blowing up today. Y'all be safe. Look, when markets are crazy, I don't play the affiliate game to max sales out by trading risky and letting you guys watch it so y'all copy me. I don't do that scheme that they all do. I tell you the truth. Don't trade. You're going to blow up a lot. All right. We are spinning the wheel. It's so anticlimactic all the time. Rick Rocket. Your name already fits in. Are you here? Type in the keywords. You've got 46 seconds to type in the winning phrase. You get one shot. Don't type it wrong. You know the drill. Luxuriki says my coupon code says disabled. Which firm are you talking about? Rick Rocket, don't say no way. Don't say no way. Type in the phrase. You know the phrase, baby. You got to say the right thing, Rick. Come on, baby. You got to say it. Rick knows the rules. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. He knows the rules. He just got excited first. All right, congratulations, bud. The phrase that pays. Say it. Congratulations, bud. Rick's been a good supporter of the channel for the longest time. You know the drill. Go talk to Slacks. Also, Brando, go talk to Slacks in Discord. Link in the description below the video. He knows that you won. What you need to do is compile all your stuff that you spent and then send him the receipts. Congrats, brother. We'll do another one at the end of March for March spend. If you guys use our code with TPT or My Funded Futures, TPT or My Funded Futures, okay? TPT is the highest ranked trailing drawdown account out there. My Funded Futures is the highest ranked end of the day drawdown account out there. If you guys use those two, meaning that if you used any other trailing drawdown like an Apex, and you want to do something better like TPT, we're going to give away 5 lifetimes. 5. That's $20,000 worth of prizes for just people that spent $1,000 at those 2 places only. Plus 1 if you spend $1,000 everywhere else. So we're going to do 6 lifetimes at the end of March. Biggest lifetime giveaway we've ever done in the history of this channel. That would be $24,000 worth of giveaways. Baby dolls. Just 1 for February because it's a short month. Yeah. TBT and My Funded Futures, Farina. Does it matter what code you use for discount? You have to use our code, Rocket Scooter code, yeah. TBT is trailing and funded and eval just in funded. Just on the funded side. Trailing to buffer and then it stops. Look at Microsoft Remington? Yeah. I got you. Hold on. Liquidity pocket on edge pressure. So Microsoft has some support here. This song, you know what this Rocket Scooter man kind of reminds me of Greta Von Fleet a little bit. Do you guys, if y'all like them, they're really good. He doesn't sing as like falsetto-y, but it has that same sort of vibe to it. Doesn't it sound like Greta Von Fleet? I love them, man. They're so good. The best live concert you've been to? Dude, they're so good, right? It's like 3 brothers, right, in that band? It's such a throwback to like an era of rock and roll that was like so good. You thought it was classic rock? Yeah, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, dude. Like some classic rock song I've never heard of before. Some 20-year-old kid. Super Led, yeah, very like Roger Daltrey, very Led Zeppelin, very like mix of all of it, right? Got the whole vibe to all of it. You're right. So Roger Daltrey from The Who, he reminded me a lot of like him singing. Red Rocks. What's y'all saw them at Red Rocks? Such a good venue, man. I saw Griffin there for my birthday 3 years ago at Red Rocks. Is it 5 rolls rocks your lifetime? 5. Yes. So anybody like if you spend 1,000 with My Funded Futures or with TPT. So the goal is like as the rankings are coming out, we're finding out which firms are actually better and which firms are worse. As it turns out that certain trailing drawdown accounts, especially like Apex and their new ones, are turning out to be really, and nobody really here uses it, but it's like, what's the better one? And so this is for people that are spending at TPT. And as far as end of the day drawdowns come out, My Funded Futures is currently ranked the highest. We haven't put everything in, but it's estimated that those 2 are going to be the 2 best firms of all of them once we get everything in. So either MFF or TPT. But if you trade anything else, there's 1 lifetime giveaway for anything else. So everything else that we have a code with outside of those 2. So those 2 specifically will enter you 5 times for March alone. If you like trailing drawdown accounts, TPT is probably the best out there with that type of drawdown. I've been trading with them for a little bit. I'm about to take a $50,000 payout with them. I took another one last week. I don't remember how much it was. 40 something, maybe 30, 40, something like that. For 2 weeks, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Time's been flying by. I've liked it. As far as trailing drawdown, I'm not a big fan of trailing drawdown in general, but I've liked the experience. It's been quite an easy path relative to some, quicker path. Let me start over. It's been a quicker path than most of the other firms I've been with. Probably the easiest path I've ever had to pay out was with Funded Next back in the early legacy days. It was uncapped. Oh, that was so clean. Tradeify is my longest path to pay out, but the straight to fundeds are designed to throttle you that way. Measuring a risk interval from New York Open is considered a pivot. I've never done that, but there's people in our team that have theorized that there's some kind of structure there as well. A risk interval from any major volume event, people have speculated, could be a pivot. So open is always a major volume event. So I've never really seen math or done anything on it, but you could be onto something. We just don't have like that structure moves off of every time there's volume, an event, then risk interval could be measured technically. What size of account of TPT is better? The 50K is the best. The 150K is the best one. And the 50K is the second best one, and they're neck and neck. Now, the cost difference, and I'm talking like the differences are, if you're trying to min-max, the 150 is going to give you the best option. However, with the score being a 945 versus a 939, it's not like that much better. It's just slightly better. So the affordable option for most people, it's the 50K. That's the one people usually go with, just because it's a lot less on price. I think the TPT 50K is, hold on, let me double check really quick. The base price of the 150K is 360 before discount. So 40% discount is, you're comparing 216 versus 102. A little bit over twice the price for a marginal better. So those are the two best ones, and those are the two that I trade. I actually trade the 150Ks myself for the bigger drawdown and the bigger payout, but it's up to you to decide. But those are the two. If you're min-maxing, those are the two. NQ res is ripping. Yeah, it's starting to rip a little bit, right? Go for TPT is Rocket Scooter. Yeah, our code. So I haven't made any trades yet this morning. Markets are open below DD band. We always tell you guys, and especially below this purple line when a catalyst is active. Let me put that on the screen here really quick. When a catalyst is active below, I like to sit out. I don't like to trade this mess. It's too choppy and it's not structure, and structure is going to break easily. And you can see that it just consolidates and just dies and then rallies and dies. It's a little sort of uneven, right? As far as how much it moves, how quick it moves, how quick it consolidates, how random it moves at times. It's not seen as good trading, right? So we know when you're in that accelerated risk range, CAD active or below DD band at the same time, both of them, you're going to create this turbulent market that's just hard to navigate. You want to thank you for a lifetime? Of course, man. Am I waiting for a short setup? I was, but I don't think we're going to get it today. Right? And it's like, I could be so tempted to long at MHP at the bottom. I could throw some micros at it. I really would put micros on it. but VIX risk interval right on the edge there. Okay. If we break through that, don't even touch the market. See how risk interval 24.94. When VIX breaks through this is one of our automatic sit out rules from our boot camp. Let me give you guys the documents for that so y'all can see what that is all about. All right, sanity check. Everyone in chat. It's a wellness check. Are you still here? Are you surviving? Did you survive today? You know, on Facebook, it's like, I survived. Did you survive today so far? Have we been good enough to survive today? Are you good? You guys blowing everything up? You surviving? You realize on this channel, we're smart. We're smarter than the other average traders out there. We're the smartest YouTube stream out there. We give you the juice. We teach you how to be healthy and survive days like this. Happy, healthy, alive, and sound. Okay, good, good, good. All right. You can just wake up and know this is the day, right? Okay, irrational market means structure is broken. You can't assume markets are moving rationally. Indicators will fail to lead what they track. The index ETFs may move before the stocks, which is different. Don't trust resilience or DD ratio to provide leading indication, as they often do when, as often as they do when markets are irrational. That's worded weird, but you know what I'm saying. Don't trust these when irrational. And strong pivots, which are under ideal conditions that work at 90% or more, we assume are closer to 60 or less. Irrational rules. DD band break. We are there now. I'm only allowed to trade small from that point forward. Long only, strong pivots only. That's it. That's the general rule of thumb. MHP breakdown, small trades, strong pivots only, etc., etc. Catalyst active, which we're here right now, sit out every single time. Risk interval VIX, which we are there in a moment, sit out every single time too. These are rules that help me understand market avoidance strategies, part of our boot camp we teach. I'm safe and sound on the sidelines. Like so you're going on social media today. Half the people out there are going to post gains like they're the trading gods of the world. Half the people out there are going to kind of avoid posting anything because they blew up. It's a gamble day, and smarter traders know that. They don't risk anything. Need the handouts in dark mode. Duly noted. I agree with you there. So YOLO all the things somebody said, 100%. If I keep you safe, that's all that matters. Okay. Now we wait. There's a little early pivot here around this MHP level. It's almost possible that today does move to here, support here, and keep going. This is the last kind of line defense of the actual rational longer term market, is that monthly hedge pressure. As you see with the market sort of finally curving like to find lower lows. The last time, let's just choose NASDAQ before we look at the S&P. Like the last time we saw something like this, let me go all the way back, was about here, right? This November area. And inside of here, you're going to see that there's just that kind of like curvature. Notice the pattern, okay? And this is kind of how markets sell off when volatile, but still have some kind of support. See how it's doing that? As it finds lower lows and lower lows and lower lows, it almost always pops before it drops. And it's very rare that you see, even in COVID was the same thing. It's very rare that you're going to see the market just fall straight down without bouncing. If you want to short something, you're going to have highs tomorrow night or tonight to short from. Let's even go any further back. We can use the tariff sort of thing. It never really just falls and falls straight down. Bear markets are like falling, retrace, falling, retrace, falling, retrace, falling, retrace, falling, 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 up, down, right? You're going to have opportunities. Trust me. Even with the war, it's usually the end of it where shit just falls straight down. And that's when you have a moment where VIX is like, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then you start to move like that. If you go all the way back to like, let me just clear off the risk intervals. I mean, the triple B's here. If you go all the way back to March of 2024, like 2025, come on. Here. You can see that when we had circuit breakers, VIX was closer to 30, 40. We almost had circuit breakers. We didn't get there, but we got close. VIX was, and you had many, many, many days to think about that, right? We're not even close to that yet, but we're just starting to amplify a little bit of a move here. Could this be permanent and get worse and worse over time? Yeah, so 2 or 3 weeks out, we could probably be here if this war continues to escalate. But even during that time, you can see that, all the way back to there, so let me remove that. Even back to here, you can see that the market was like, it just doesn't just crash straight out. It like pushes lower and pushes lower and pushes lower and pushes lower, and finally gives up, right? A lot of the market, I think this, oh yeah, this will capture that, this 4-hour chart. A lot of the market movement is going to be like that. And I think it's going to be a lot like this. It's just going to continuously drift down. It's going to go up, pop and drop until we've de-escalated the war. It's going to continue to press down. And that's just what's going to happen. Be very careful in this environment. And like I say, I don't look at this and go, aha, time to short this because I'm going to miss out on the world's biggest market crash. I try to look at like this curvature and tell myself, as it's speeding lower, here's lower lows, and then it moves up and finds lower lows and moves up and finds lower lows. Like it's going to do this, right? So I look at something like this, and even though it could fall from there, whatever the case may be, I don't try to take this opportunity. I'd rather take this opportunity and make that bigger run there. So in bear markets, just tell yourself, there's always going to be some green and some big green. 2 or 3 up days you start shorting. Remember yesterday, some heckler troll came in and was like, oh, Matt's just hoping the market comes down. No, bear markets, aim small, aim wide, get it right. Between yesterday and today, I made $50,000 in a freaking 16-hour period of my life. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm hitting it with 5 and 10 and 15 contracts. And when market opens, I'm in like 30 something contracts, right? It's going to be like that. When you're aiming at the top to flip a short, you're going to be off by a little bit. That's why your small trades, spread out your bet, know your limit, and then make sure you know where your stop is as well. Right? Smart trading. Somebody said, thank you, Lit, for dropping some donation in the chat. Says, Matt is one of the few streamers who cares more about the community than the profits gained from affiliate codes. Thanks for everything, gang. Yes, sir. Bro, I'm getting affiliate partners out there. For this prop site, all well knowing that my prop site might rank their stuff low, and they may not like me for it. Some firms may not want to work with us anymore because we reveal the quality of their accounts aren't as good as the neighbors. According to some videos somebody made about me, I don't ever watch them, but somebody told me that somebody said Apex stopped working with us because we were telling people how to game the Apex system. That's what somebody told me. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, we're teaching you how to beat the system, how to play around the rules. That's the case. Somebody said that yesterday in chat. I didn't know that. I thought my poll that 7% of people said they used them and 60% of people said they were scam or worse, or they didn't use them, or they hated them, or that they were bad or they were scam. And they didn't like that, but whatever. So apparently teaching people how to beat the prop game is a bannable offense. Look at that. First casualty down. But you know what? Like, that's the whole point of my existence here in socials, to teach you guys how to beat the stuff. But if that's the reason, that's very comical, and I wouldn't put it past them for doing that. That seems to be their MO over there. Once you start beating the system, you get banned, so I get it. All right, boot camp, free boot camp, guys. I don't know if it's true. Y'all just told me that. I don't know. Free class. Giveaway 4 of those. Thank you, I am Rich. Appreciate you, brother. The donation. Type of free class. Yeah, I'm teaching you guys how to beat the prop firms. One of my classes in my boot camp is we're giving away 4 of those, by the way, is a prop firm masterclass that talks about techniques on how to gain an edge against the casino. Basically, I'm teaching you guys how to count cards. The mathematical, statistical approach for taking advantage. See, the sauce that you're told to ingest is that you're supposed to trade and trade well and get a payout and make money. And the influencers out there pump the same feelings into your heart. All you gotta do is trade well and make money. Even Apex shot themselves in the foot 5 times over by like what happened with us. Okay, I get it. Yeah, they don't like that we're teaching people how to beat the system or whatever. Cool. But here's another thing, like pointing out the fact that your own customers spend $700,000 or whatever to get $1 million payout. It really just revealed what's really goes on in the prop industry. You're gonna spend a lot of money to make something. And now that lid is blown off, everyone knows that that's the thing. I've been telling you guys that all along, and everyone out there, no, this guy has $1 million payout. This guy has $500,000 payout. Every kid out there on Twitter, 200,000 payouts for 2026. That doesn't mean anything. How much did you pay in? 500,000 to get 100,000 out? That's probably what most people are like. But the idea was it was never really was like known how much people spend until Apex started revealing it with their own customer base, which was like blowing my mind what the purpose of that was. I mean, no, the purpose was to save face before a major launch that they spent millions and millions of dollars to market, which included flying people out to meet every single major influencer in the world and take them to $1,000 steak dinners and shit like they did to us 2 or 3 times. Like, they spent a lot of money on that, so they had to do a last-ditch effort to save face in the midst of a crisis. I get it. So they decided to throw one of their traders under the bus, which was part of the thing that happened. But the point is that they revealed a lot about the prop industry, not just about them, but how much people spend on props in general. And that's something that we teach in the boot camp, is that part of the game that is actually played that a lot of people don't really understand is that these people that get $1 million payouts are putting in hundreds of thousands to get it. You're 5xing your money at best, maybe 10, if you're really, really, really good. You're not going to go buy $5,000 worth of accounts and walk away with $1 million. You have a better chance of winning the lottery. So we teach you that the cheaper firms that are easier to pass with like 90% off sales, $15 eval with an activation fee, those accounts are designed for you to, it's called churning and burning. There's a guy, YouTuber that just does that. It's people are like, he just can't trade. Of course he can't trade. That's not trading. Winning in props is like winning at a carnival game. You can knock the milk bottles, the metal milk bottles off of the stand with the softball, but you're not gonna be pitching the major leagues. It's not the same thing. People have figured out how to rig the carnival game. And they really have figured it out. And in our boot camp, we teach you those tricks that they do. And I don't call it trading. I don't call it good trading. I call it beating the game. The game has rules that allow you to beat the cheap accounts that are 15 bucks. The name of the game is to spend as much as you can to 5 and 10x your money. You could just throw accounts at it and make money back. Once people realize that's the case, if you sit there and try to seriously trade an account with trailing drawdown, you're gonna lose. It's designed for you to lose because you're gonna find some structure, you're gonna buy, it's gonna go up and come down, you blow up the account. There's no winning and trading with trailing drawdown. You don't normally really trades like that. But your odds of winning go up if you just spread out your bets and keep throwing money at it. Pick one direction, just keep buying the dip and keep buying the dip, keep buying the dip. Once you finally get the reversal in a volatile market, it pays off all your losers and then some without a strategy. It's mathematically proven. Doesn't mean you should do it, but it is what most people out there are doing. I just tell you don't trade those kind of accounts, but that is how these guys beat the system. I've had full reveals on that. In our boot camp, we teach you that. This is how these people are doing it. Nobody out there is straight trading, doing very well. Oh, look at this, $1 million. You saw at the Apex leak, they revealed how much is spent on accounts. And there's nothing wrong with that either. The weird thing was that the kids out there were like, look how much this person's spending. And then Brian was like, dude, I like 5x my money. And it's like, that's the part of the game. He's smart for doing that. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe some money. And then he's like, you guys are all idiots. And I agree. The public doesn't understand. The name of the prop game is ROI on what you spend. Nobody is out there beating the prop. It's so hard to trade props. Real account. I'm crushing in a real account. It's easier to trade a real account than props. The props, you got to figure out the gimmicks and the part of the game, and you have to work around the game. And that's really the answer. Yeah, you could put 500, 700 in and get 2 million out, whatever. Whoever it is or whatever it is. You know, Brian had some good points. He's like, that's part of the game. And every other prop influencer's like, no, man, that's not what I do. And we're like, what do you do? And then it's crickets. They don't want to tell you what they paid in. Everyone's doing the same shit. They just don't want the spotlight on them. That's really what it's like. Like every person out there doing the same exact thing. They just want the spotlight on them. So they point at the other guy. They're all doing the same thing. They're all spending shit ton of money on this stuff. And so I tell you guys the reality of it. Hey, what's up, Dan? If even more insidious that if you're in trailing drawdown long enough, it turns you into a horrible trader because they're by nature cutting your winners early. 100%. It's like teaching you a bad habit that you'll never do in real trading. Like, oh my God, I made a little bit. I'm so scared. Let me cut it so I don't lose on trailing drawdown. You're not really practicing good trading skills doing that. Although it can be, it's kind of sold in the idea like, well, because it's harder, you're going to trade better. And I don't necessarily think that that's accurate because you're not practicing the trading skills you normally will practice. Yes, it's harder. You're going to be more cautious and more cognizant of every little move you make and very detail oriented. But when you go to real trading, you're not going to carry that same skill set forward. You're going to do something completely different. So Esteban, the end of the day with Apex is got trailing. It's got DLL and consistency when funded. It makes them the hardest ranked end of the day drawdown account. Period. If you have trailing drawdown and consistency, your score drops significantly. That's why Funded Next, My Funded Futures, and other firms like that rank really high because they either have no consistency and no DLL, one or both. When funded, which is what you want. You don't want to have those. I would highly recommend against trading end of the day drawdown accounts with both of those rules there, which includes Tradeify's accounts that are like that. And I love Tradeify. It's just when you have those two parameters there, they're insanely hard for no additional benefit. It would make sense if there was some other benefit to give the score a boost, like uncapped payouts or something that made it worth it. But there's capped payouts too. And there's an activation fee, right? The one saving grace is 100% split, but Apex can get away with it because they have the highest failure rate of any prop firm out there. So again, with the rules being as hard as they are, I would highly recommend not leaning towards it if you're and again, it's up to you to trade it, but in reality, our website is supposed to help you with those decisions, right? So no, it's DLL and consistency when funded on their new end of the day accounts. DLL plus consistency. Bro, we're getting close to 66 again. Doubles number back in the house, man. Yeah, 20-year-old streamers giving life advice based on their trading success. I like the idea of somebody who's like 28 that comes in with 14 years of trading experience. Like they've been trading since they're 14. Like their grandma got them a $25 savings bond for their birthday, and they consider that a trade, the first trade they ever made. Or I like when people say combined trading experience of 60 years in our Discord. There's like 8 people running it. Each of them got 5 years of trading, 60 years of combined experience. That's my favorite one to say. They've been trading in the womb. Their mom would press newspapers up against her stomach, and they would absorb the stock market through osmosis when they were fetuses at this point. Yeah, 50% consistency. Right. Like I said, if there are firms that have no consistency and no DLL with a similar or better payout structure, win-win-win, My Funded Futures being the one. Funded Next has a fantastic score on the Rapids because it's a quick path to payout. Like, honestly, for the end of the day accounts, you want Lucid. Lucid actually ranks lower than those two, by the way, because it's a similar structure. Like, kind of like Tradeify. They're great, but they're just not as great. So I'll tell you, in my order of my favorite end of the day drawdown accounts, period. Personally speaking, I like Funded Next the best, but that's just because I've had the easiest path to pay out. My Funded Futures and them neck and neck for what I would rank as I would choose one of those two for end of the day accounts. If I was to go further, Tradeify and Lucid, and I wouldn't do anything outside of those four. So that would be my personal recommendation. They all pay me, so it's not like I have a reason to give one or the other. They all pay me the same. So personally speaking, I've had the highest success rate with Funded Next, but that was pre-change in legacy accounts. Now the new realm, the accounts are very straightforward and simple. But My Funded Futures, I think if I were to choose these days to start, I would go with My Funded Futures. And I would say those are my two favorites for those. Yeah. And I wouldn't, like, for end of the day drawdown accounts, and maybe Top Step, but again, my issues with Top Step are like, you know, I actually haven't ranked them yet to really know where they stand, but I would assume Top Step would probably be maybe up there as well since the recent changes they've had. But I would still say if I were to just guess, Top Step would probably be 5th on the list, maybe. And I'm not on affiliate with those guys, so I'd give them, their account structure isn't so bad. All right, free class, baby. 4 free bootcamp classes, spin the wheel here. If your name is drawn, you can come to our trading bootcamp for free. I haven't put Lucid's new changes in there yet, which is the next thing I'm going to do tonight. I tried to get around to it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to do it.
Got my laptop open. Coffee getting cold.
4 of you can come to our bootcamp for free. You will learn day trading. It's a 20-day masterclass bootcamp. You come for free.
Market's moving faster than I can comprehend. That's when Rocket Scooter became my trading friend. Rocket Scooter, take me higher through the charts and market higher. Automated dreams come true. Trading while I sleep, it's what you do. Rocket Scooter, smart and sleek. Finding
Naim Bukoli. Type something in chat. You're the winner. Next bootcamp will probably start in March, but you can also sign up for it now and just go through the videos while you have a chance. Nice little move there. We ran up probably 300, 200 points in NASDAQ there. Howdy.
Your money or your life. Your money or your life. I'm shooting you with a money gun.
It's in the gun. You have to get it out of the gun. I don't have my hands. They're up in the air. You gotta take it out of the gun. I'm running away with it. All right, space futures. What's up? How are you feeling? I haven't even snacked my breakfast yet. We've been so busy.
I am so offended.
About
Okay.
to snack.
I'm waiting for my overnight oats. Okay. Last time.
Overnight
That's
oats.
my breakfast. Do you want to take a bite out of it?
What do you put in it?
I put oats.
No way.
I put oats.
Really?
Yeah, chocolate.
No way.
Vegan chocolate protein powder.
Space futures, type something.
Chocolate chips in it. Some
No way. Oats in the oats. All right. That actually sounds pretty good.
It's good. You should
That reminds me, I tell you, the one time I was chilling at Taco Bell and I went up Taco Bell and I ordered in high school. I was like, my friends are being so stupid. And I was like, I want some pintos and cheese. And I said, hold the cheese and go easy on the pintos. And they were like, okay. Wait, what? You just want an empty cup? I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I just want the pintos and cheese. The only 2 things in that entire thing. All right, let's go. All right, last person, or two more. The spinning wheel could spin much faster or spin longer. It's so not as cool as it used to be.
I think the spinning wheel is retiring.
All right, S&P up at a key pivot. Negative resilience, S&P at the open. Could I try at the open as a reversal? No, I'm gonna wait for higher. Let's wait for higher. Yeah, let's wait for higher. The Earth to I. What song do you want to hear?
Can we hear Sir Darb's outro song?
I don't have it.
It's too early.
I don't have it on my list. Is it here?
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. It's his. No, you save that for his channel. But I'm just saying, I love that
Did you hear
song.
Neon's new song?
I did. The rap or the R&B song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty legit. So S&P opened with negative resilience and negative ARB is a potential reversal pivot from here. This is probably could be that high. I'm going to tell you guys with this volatility, I'm going to wait for the higher high attempt to short from as well.
Yep, me and Farina, we both love that song.
Night shift, going out, clocking out. What is this song?
Absolutely not, Captain Jack. You cannot overdo this song. Right.
Yeah, Brad says, I love you, but you gotta come get tucked in. Oh, is that the thing? Is that the sign-off line? You gotta get tucked in? Get tucked in by Darb one at a time, but it's too late for you on a regular basis. That's what he does. It kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
We're all his kids and he's just tucking us in one at a time.
Yeah, I think it was purpose. I always hear him go, Farina, it's time to go to bed. You gotta go to bed.
Pop God, winner, type something in chat.
He's like, just one more minute of the song. No, we gotta go to bed.
That's really funny. Dude, it's great. It's like the most professional sign off of all the streamers, I gotta say. Alright, I could maybe negative ARB 70%. I could maybe try to take a short from here. It's probably from here. As a matter of fact, I could risk one of my accounts on this. I'll throw it in one of the prop accounts. I'm not gonna put the real money on it. And I'm gonna wait. Actually, hold on, let me log in.
Also took everyone in at the...
Yeah. Oh, righty, this one here. How many is that? Pop God, congratulations. Okay, one more. I didn't short it yet. Could. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for higher highs for this one. Sivanez. Oh yeah. Avocado toast on homemade rosemary bread. Yeah?
Yeah. You have 2 more days this and tomorrow bread, and then be it fresh again. Unless I bake. I can bake like a fresh one today.
This is a potential short setup, but I'm gonna wait because it's still internal to today's opening range. I'm gonna want to short from higher highs from the Europe session. So if we can get up to Catalyst, I might take the short from there. Need something to drink.
No! There's food flour. I mean flour food and food flour?
Flour food in it?
Flour food. Yeah, there's flour food in that.
All right, come on. 4 of you winners today. Go to the Discord, go to the contest channel, talk to Slacks, the admin, send him a screenshot of your YouTube ID. We know that you won that account, so we know it's you. Let him know, and then he'll hook you up with your instructions on how to get to the boot camp. No, the boot camp is taught live. We do it every 2 months now. But it's also pre-recorded, so you don't have to come to the lives when we do it, probably at the end of March. It just depends on my schedule. Like we take breaks because it's a lot to do. But the videos are there, and you can watch the videos. It's just like the lives, the same thing. Pickle. I got a mouthful of pickle here. Ah.
What style of music is this?
Blues.
I want to go to a blues bar.
Let's do it.
I love this type of music.
It's nice. I like blues. Mm-hmm.
My dad, and he's like, I trade.
Your dad said that?
Yeah, like no.
Your dad would want to get. Whoa.
I'm like, he's like the war and all. I'm like, yeah, that's when you don't want to trade, Dad. You don't want to learn trading.
Your dad is adventure. That's an adventure right there. He's an adventurous guy.
I think he got the concepts a little backwards.
Yeah, he's on the right track. Just flip your thought around. Yeah, so this is the resistance that there is anything. So we're gonna keep an eye when the market starts doing this and you start to see it has found a baseline. Let's go ahead and check the stocks and see what's going on. If there's stocks and kind of resistances nearby, that's what you're looking for. So Nvidia has moved up a leg. It can move up a second leg to fill gap. There's resistance there. ABGO, liquidity pocket to open, same thing, or illiquidity pocket. Amazon has kind of free reign to fill its gap on an MHD break. So a lot of the stocks have a second leg up. The second leg up is here. So that's an appropriate short if one is bearish. It can be just like yesterday. That's just be a big giant wick of a day. That turns up. Do I think we break highs? Absolutely not. Do I think we can run to the middle? Probably so. So let's measure that. Actually, the red line would be here. $67.96. Let's go to the mall today. That is the halfway point. Oh wow, this might actually reverse maybe today if we break through that. It's already retraced. I don't know if I want to short that anymore, but the indicators are still pretty good. If Darb stays negative 100, I'll take a 100-point trade off of this range right here. Right here. Let's see if VIX is collapsing. Your dad gonna come to my classes and I'll teach him?
No, please don't. Not that you're bad. I mean, I fully trust you. I'm just saying that
Trading's risky, yeah. It takes 10 years of, or 20 years of iron stomach to get through something so I get through.
Imagine my mom is sitting there listening to my dad. She's like, oh my god.
I get that from a lot of people when they're like, wait, you make how much trading? Oh, I'd like to get into trading. I'm always like, friends on Instagram message me all the time, like, hey man, I kind of want to get into trading. I kind of joined this whatever Telegram community, or I read this book and I want to get into trading. And they're like, I'm learning a little bit. I'm like, I just want to walk in and the first thing to do is like stop them. Hey, stop. Just don't. Like, wait for a minute before you do anything. Take your time. And I want to walk people through like the things they need to do. Like, this is the prop space and this is how you can slowly trade at low risk. I feel like everybody that I know that wants to trade is their answer is like, yeah, I wanted to get trading. I got into it. I've already lost a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, man, if only I could have found you at the start and throttled your, expenditures. All right, for winners, make sure you go claim your prizes. People just like, they spend a lot and lose a lot pretty quickly in this business. Yeah, Microsoft, let's double check. Let me see on the events feed if Microsoft's doing anything. It's not. Microsoft is an MHP break and is actually trading at higher highs for the sesh. You do have a liquidity pocket here, which upper target Microsoft 402.5, and after that, that's probably the highest it will likely go. It would be the rarest of the rare for this to break through there and keep going. You don't normally clobber through two pockets. Usually the second one slows it down. So in this, it seems to be a cliche to short at the high. I'm not doing it. I'm going to wait for it to move to here and then make a decision. If we get up here and this is still pretty nasty, I'll probably take a little short scalp off of it. I usually, at the cat active line, you can do one of two things. You can either A, bet that the catalyst is over, and that the market is stable, and then we plaster through the pocket or B, you're going to bet that we're still in this escalated mode, and then there's a play. It is about 160 points, so that's a lot on NASDAQ. One E-mini contract is enough to put in a huge profit just on that big of a move. I don't even have to put it hard. You've been watching a few other streamers and their charts are a few points off. Is that platform lag or something? They probably are paper trading and don't have real-time data feeds. There's usually a suspicion if their charts are off. Or they'll have a delay on their stream so they can hide their losses. Usually if the data is delayed, it's usually a red flag. So be careful there. Ours is real time, so you just double check that they're not having a stream delay. Like a stream delay is a lot of tricks a lot of these streamers will do, like a minute or two delay. Because if they take a loss, they've got 2 minutes to like, oops, the power went out kind of thing. So, oops. Just like the news has like a I don't know, a 30-second delay in case the newscaster, like a bee flies right. Yeah. It's like, fuck, you know, and they're like, cut the feed.
But it still gets aired.
Well, the bloopers get aired. The bloopers always like leak to social media, you know. Yeah.
We told them. Pickle has been.
Oh, dude. So every time we leave, we don't watch Fox News. Let me start off like this. You know, we obviously are like Texas, so we're, you know, if we were to pick a side, obviously we're on the Republican side of the fence, but we've been putting on TV to keep Pickle busy when we leave. And so we've been putting on Fox News just because that's what it was. And the joke is that we're like indoctrinating our dog to be like.
We're going to come back and he's going to have a Trump hat on.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, he's going to have a 12-pack of Budweiser and a shotgun, like sitting on his front porch with his feet in a kiddie pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pickle.
You came down one day and you were like, why is Fox News on?
And then Pickle's just sitting on the couch, like, just like loving it, like literally just totally into whatever they were saying, you know? Like,
I put it on the Animal Planet or Animal Channel and it stressed him out, so I had to go back to the news channel. He loves it. Yeah,
so we come home and Pickle's watching Fox News. Is the craziest thing.
And it's Fox News on repeat. Talk about what is it? Brainwashing.
Yeah. Like I don't watch Fox. I don't watch any polarizing news channel like that because I hate when somebody's telling me what to think. Just give it to me straight. Let me make a decision, right? So I don't like Fox News, but when I'm watching it with Pickle in the background, I'm just laughing because it's so funny. He's just
learning a few events because of Pickle.
Yeah. Wait, Budweiser's no longer patriotic. You know what's kind of funny? We were talking about that at the Super Bowl. Did you see the Budweiser commercial in the Super Bowl? You remember like a couple years ago, they had like a tranny in a bathtub and it blew up Budweiser. They went woke, so they went broke kind of thing.
They went woke because they went broke?
They had a tranny as their spokesperson. They were going to the woke side of marketing.
And so they got broke?
Well, no, go woke, go broke is like the slogan that you have for when companies do that to cater or like to that sort of demographic. Okay. And Budweiser being like the most ultra American, you know, brand, completely got like, I mean, their stock tanked everything, right? And then they like, this time around, we were talking about, we're like, I wonder what the Budweiser, because they're really having to like make up some lost ground. And actually this time around, the commercial was actually pretty cool. They did what they should have done. There was like a slow galloping Clydesdale horse that like jumped over a fence and then wings sprouted off of its back and then an eagle flew off of its back.
Like the all-American commercial.
Like as over the top American as you can get. And it actually was pretty cool. So like when we saw the commercial, we were all sitting outside drinking, like me and Michael and everybody. And we were just like, let's take a vote. Has Budweiser redeemed themselves? And we're like, yeah, that commercial did it. So they're all right again. But like the funny part was if you guys saw the commercial, it was just like the only thing could have been more American is that eagle had like 2 machine guns and like a, you know, like a Rambo headband or something, you know. It was like
there is a YouTube video on that with an eagle with a headband and 2 handguns.
I'm sure there's a million
and
of them.
It's hilarious. It's walking through the beach and it's
yeah. Somebody said, Akina, what'd you say? Hold on. I'll bring back Marlboro cigarette commercials. I saw your post yesterday about that, about the cigarette flavor, Dan. I saw that one. Is that like your favorite one? The gold pack, whatever it's called. Dude, those old Marlboro commercials with like the cowboy smoking the cigarette. Back when that was, you could still legally advertise nicotine. What did we got here? Let's play another song. But the commercial actually was pretty. When we saw the Clydesdales, we're like, oh, here it is. Here's Budweiser. Or Bud Light or whatever it was. Was it Bud Light? Yeah, it was Bud Light, not Budweiser. Bud Light, yeah. They pivoted hard. Now they have Shane Gillis. Yeah, I don't want to give too much credit to the, like, that's what I'm saying is like when you fire, you know, when you fire that person that made that decision, you know, you're trying to cater to a different group, a different demographic. I get it. But when you fire the person that makes that decision, I don't really hold the company too responsible anymore. I feel like, yeah, Shane Gillis, he's hilarious. The commercial, we all looked at each other, we're like, all right, Budweiser, is Bud redeeming themselves? We're like, yeah, okay. That commercial is pretty cool. What, somebody's saying something along the lines of what? He doesn't seem like the person to use slurs. What are you talking about? A tranny is a mechanical device that changes torque ratios. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, the person that's saying that. Oh, if you don't like the fact that that's what I said, then you're probably watching the wrong stream. We have a check your pronouns at the door philosophy here. This is Wall Street, not Sesame Street. At least y'all know I don't, you know, I don't sugarcoat life. From Callus, maybe. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. No, I'm a very loving, heartfelt person in life. When it comes to people, I love people in all aspects of life. I don't judge people based on anything, anything they're born with, anything they look like, anything they believe in. I'm accepting of pretty much anybody, for the most part. Mostly it's people's stupid decisions that I don't like. That's kind of my thought. But I'm in the camp that, you know, I believe a beer company shouldn't cater to a mental illness to sell beer to a certain group of people. I'm in that boat, but we don't talk politics here, different belief systems. Half the country believes one thing, half the country believes the other. So we try to not make too big of a deal about stuff here. I just make jokes like a comedian would. Savage Matt, your favorite version? I would be a pretty good stand-up comedian. I have no filter. You don't assign random stuff to a physical group. You hate, somebody said they hate the person who acts stupid. I'm the same way. It's like, it's somebody's choice that makes me like, come on, man. You get done better. Do I want to short 707? Cat acting blind. This high consolidation and push up. Let's watch where those stocks are trading. If we do get a gap fill push on some of these, that would be a nice little run up. You puzzled out military got to be part of football games. NFL got really woke itself. They got very, very hyper political. I mean, that was the whole thing with the Bad Bunny thing. That's like a topical thing to have. You know, obviously the ICE thing is very topical in the news, and so obviously that is a political statement. The choice of, so it's like the NFL itself has just been that way for a while. I kind of miss the good old days. I don't pick one side or the other in any of these fights out there, but I just don't. I take offense when something tries to tell me what to feel or what to consume or what to think. I'm like, just deliver me the entertainment that I'm here to watch. Don't tack a message onto the end like I'm too stupid to know that it's there. And you know, that's, you know, I'm smart enough to know what you're trying to do, and just kind of like, it takes me out of the element. I'm like, I'm not enjoying the concert. If there wasn't a message attached to it, I'm like, I might have enjoyed the show. A short coming up. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking probably, I'll look at DD Band and Half Gap as a potential place to play from. It's just for news, making things political. Well, that's my speech from this morning, right? That's what social media and anything's like. People do anything controversial for impressions. My marketing team has me do the same thing on socials. It's like, you know, they taught me how to do this, and you just do anything to get people to look at you, and then you'll grow that way. Yeah, you're there for a football game, not a military parade. Yeah, and like the crappy part is that this world is designed in a way that people try to make your life harder by canceling people or whatever for having opinions about stuff like that. And I think it's cool that everyone can have an opinion about something. People are like, you don't like the cause, you don't support the cause, what are you? Are you a this? Are you a that? Are you a hateful person? Are you like, no, I just don't want to, I don't have to partake in your fight. I respect your fight. I believe that you have a right to fight, and I believe that you have a good cause. I don't have to be part of it. Don't make me part of it, you know? I stand by your freedom to do so. Like, you know what I mean? I'm the same way. I'm like, it's like a lot of these elements these days try to draw people into the conflict. Remember, COVID was so polarizing. George Floyd was so polarizing. The same thing. Like, if you didn't pick a side, whatever, if you didn't pick a side, then the side you didn't pick hated you. If you picked a side, the other side hated you. There was no winning no matter what you did. You were forced into a situation where you lost half of your friends no matter what you said or what you didn't say. The world got weird like that for a while. And to me, I'm like, I think the world's kind of healed from cancel culture. Like, people are kind of like, feel free to say what they want anymore, or these days. But it's so divisive, and I think it was very like hurtful to society. And the internet and the stuff that's going right now, when you look on the internet, like, you're gonna see there's a lot of like polarizing commentary around pretty much anything, especially the Iran stuff going on right now. There's gonna be a lot of that, and it just makes it really hard to just seek truth. Like, if you're seeking truth, you're asking a question, somebody's gonna be offended that they feel like you're sympathizing with the other side. And so, like, I feel like there's this fear that people have of speaking the truth or even asking for truths. That's why, like, since I've gained a spotlight in my life that people watch and listen to what I say, I don't care. I know I'm a good enough trader that you can't cancel me no matter what you find out about me. I'm still gonna grow because I'm good at what I do. So because of that, I have no fear of just saying what I want. Like I said, I could come in here with a shit-stained t-shirt and eat my boogers on stream and you guys will still fucking watch. It doesn't matter. Like, if somebody does their job well, they're gonna be fine. And I don't use this platform for any other reason than to just like be a demonstration that don't be afraid to say what you feel. Like, you know, be kind to people out there, be kind to the world, be accepting of people, but don't be afraid to have an opinion. Like, the world's gonna come after you if you do. Clearly, I'm fine. We had to reset that mentality where in 2020, you were just scared. There was some rumors saying that if you even said, don't take a vaccine, that the Google algorithm would demonetize you and shadow ban you and stuff. That it was that bad. And so people on streams were like, you know, Like there was all this stuff going around on Reddit that was like, if you are a streamer on YouTube, don't even say the C word. Don't even address the word COVID because the algos are listening to you and they'll demonetize you. You remember that? So you couldn't even have an opinion about it. And I remember the couple times I was talking about COVID in a stock market sense, I started noticing that my stream was like throttling, like, you know, the bandwidth. And the jokes people were saying was like, oh, you know, maybe they're stopping Matt from talking. But I don't think that's the case. But anyways, the rumors are there. But even the rumors are as dangerous as the truth, you know? People are changing their behavior, scared to talk, and cancel culture ruined comedy. Yeah, I know. You got to like be thankful that certain people kept it alive, you know? They were like, who cares? I'm just going to still say what I want. You'd watch for the booger eating? I know. Yeah, the best part is somebody says, I don't really care. I don't really care. Yeah, I don't. I'm a hippie at heart. I'm a yogi at heart. I'm loving and accepting of people. I make fun of certain things. But even if I make fun of something, I don't hate it. I find comedy in it, even if I like it. Like the Bud Light thing. I don't hate people that are trans or trans-minded. And just because I believe a lot of it is mental illness doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. It's just my belief. It doesn't mean I'm hateful towards people. No, I have many, many, many friends who identify in certain areas, and I love them just the same as anyone else. You can still disagree with something and still love somebody. That's what marriage is, right? We all deal with that. I think people associate, you don't agree with me, so you hate me. And that's where things went wrong in this world. We can debate on a topic. It doesn't mean that you're my enemy because we disagree. I've never been that. I respect people that have a strong opinion against me that teach me something. And I'm accepting of people. I'm accepting of their choices. I don't have to like it. I accept it. I accept your freedom to do it. I'm that kind of person. I think that's a great way to live. I've always been that way. They want, yeah, people out there want you to choose a side. All right, let's see if I can get my target here. Half gap boy. All right, cat active line. Could take a short DD ban. That's it. Last one I'm looking for. I do want to see what happens if we do break out of this range, but if we do break out of this range, I'm not betting on lower lows for the sesh. A good scalp would be nice from there. You save your political speak for the X platform, Bourbon? Oh yeah, 100%. Why is the agenda a priority the community makes up less than 0.001% of the world's population? It's a deeper, sinister reason behind the agenda. Which agenda? I guess which agenda are you talking about? Your wife has been dealing with that in her business. They use their business social media for activism and telling people to choose a side. Yeah. It used to be much stronger once people discovered how powerful social media is, but now that there's so many people involved in it and you're getting pulled all kind of sides, it's very hard to cancel people these days because there's not a unified topic that everybody is being polarized on. It's like every other day. People have discovered that technique. And now when you consider, like at time, COVID was it in the news. George Floyd was it in the news. That was it. But now at any point in the news, there's 20 dividing topics. Because there's so many people discovered that tactic to manipulate, it's everywhere now. It doesn't necessarily rip the community in half anymore. So I think that's why cancel culture is weakened over time, because there's just so many topics trying to divide people. So you can't divide something in half when there's 20 things. You divide it into 20 pieces. Now you have a ton of smaller groups. And smaller groups are less effective at canceling people. I think that's why we don't experience cancel culture anymore. There's just too many things dividing. You don't have that one thing that's hot in the news like COVID. You have 50 things. I mean, right now, you've got a million different topics going on. Iran just added a whole nother thing to that. Hold on.
Brace yourself, it's slightly robot map. I'm at this crashing, blinking scooter lights are flashing. Bear zone, system mapping. Bull zone, logic snapping. Bull zone, logic snapping. Sound card gone, the beat won't loop. He's trading blind in the data soup. Sparks fly out as he says with a grin, if this breaks again, I'm logging in. Edge pressure rolls like a stormy tide. The bull zone's thin, nowhere to hide. With one more scan.
My question is, so you said if you submitted your resume on LinkedIn, the company asked how you identify. I don't know anything about labor laws, but is that considered discriminatory to ask those questions? I don't know. Like, is that illegal? Can they do that? You can ask, like, if somebody's like a protected, whatever it's called, like disabled or something, because they have legalities to allow that. But it can they? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked for a job in so long. I don't know what it's like out there. Like if you answer the wrong way, you can be discriminated against. Protected class, that's the word. Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't think that you would be able to do that. Maybe they can. I don't know. You identify as a green engulfing candle. I want to identify as a short in a little bit. You find out about your hobbies in life anyways. It's like how they can ask about you, how older you are, but they can ask you, so when did you graduate college? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. You identify as a millionaire, but when you try to buy the Prada bag, they won't let you do it. I feel like when I walk into places, I identify as a college student because I'm dressed down half the time. Walk to Hermes and I get people looking at me like. Then she walks in dressed to the nines. They're like, "Oh, hi, how can we help you?" I'm like, "Look, don't let the slides and the workout shorts fool you, okay? I can afford stuff in the store." I identify as Nasdaq's punching bag. I know. I feel it sometimes. I'm not betting on long to DD because I could. Resilience is getting slightly better in Aztec. In this environment, what I don't long unless off of strong pivots only. So when a cat acted below DD band, I only long on strong pivots, which would be there and there only. That's the only one I have. So I don't have. See how basically the market's gone up and down, and I've done nothing. And that's really like the smart way to be in this environment. I didn't get a pivot to long from. If I would hit MHP, I was like considering maybe longing from there, but I didn't. I didn't get there. Yeah, like asking someone if they're LGBTQ, like for a job, they're asking you like, who are you sexually attracted to? How would that have anything to do with the job? That's why I think that would be illegal. Identity is different. Identity and sexual orientation, different things. But you can't ask somebody, are you a lesbian? Like, check the box for this job. That would be 100% discrimination. I feel like you can ask, do you identify as something, but that's different than sexual preference. I would 100% believe that should be illegal. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't, that a company should never ask, because you can discriminate people based on that. That wouldn't be right. You don't have to answer, they can ask. Yeah, you always don't have to answer. This is true. Do I get fib retracements or extensions? I don't. I don't really believe the market has symmetry to that degree. Longer term charts have proven Fibonacci symmetries. Shorter term charts, I think it's mostly noise. And daily charts, you'll see a lot of lineup with fibs. I think that has more to do with just the random nature of the universe than any kind of structural thing. People buy and buy and buy to a degree, then once people start selling, it forces other people to sell. And the people that got in early are less pressure than the people who got in late, and so markets settle somewhere in the middle or closer to the 3/4 mark. Naturally, just it's the nature of the push-pull nature of how the universe responds to things around it. Things that grow, like Fibonacci spirals and stuff, grow because of the environment that they're in as well. So it's like just a natural phenomenon of something that pushes against the world that pushes back at it. So yeah, I can break out, it's trying to, yeah. Somebody said he identifies as a male lesbian. Hey man, it's 2026, bro. You can be whatever you want, and I accept you for who you are. The idea is if you put it out there, it becomes more acceptable, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I think so. Oil tanker insurance support to facilitate Middle East crude shipments. Sources say, is that? I would say that that's one of the things I'm kind of concerned with, which also happened in Afghanistan and Iraq during that time. Oil went up to the $150 mark for a hot minute before it stabilized about 120, and then the shale market exploded, and then we crashed from there. With that being said, I was very if this is an extended conflict, oil can continue to rise off of that. So stuff like that makes me think oil prices are going to start surging even further. Yeah, it kind of sold hard off the news, right? So I think that extended conflict would drive prices. Oil doesn't just like spike straight up due to an event. It really took like almost like 5 years, I think, for oil to reach its peak during those wars, from like 2000 and from about 2003, 2004, all the way up until about 2010 was where I think 2010 is when oil peaked out. At that first time around, let me double check. Don't get me wrong there. 2011. So I was off by years, but basically, since the crash, right, oil was already rallying because of the first campaigns and the stock market collapse. Oil still was higher during that time. Okay, so let me pay attention really quick because we got some good stuff coming up. Trade setups probably. Come on. Okay, do I want to engage here? Any specific trade? We're at the cat active line. Let's just have some fun with it. Okay, I just put 2 contracts on it. That's it. To bet that the cat is still active, actually do 5. Okay. Waited all morning for this. Let's see if we get it. I'll throw some at it with my and I said keep it very, very, very small in here. 5 is probably even too much for this. How many likes did you get because you're a male lesbian? That's how you get impressions. That's a very controversial topic, sir. You're so funny. Funny. I tend to take the stance of this stream is just like Wall Street. Wall Street is like the most fuck you, fuck your mother kind of place. Wall Street got soft, man, since COVID. Cancel culture tried to impregnate Wall Street. I'm gonna preserve the attitude of the 80s. I'm bringing the fuck you back to Wall Street. Yeah. Social media tried to soften Wall Street up after COVID. Nah. All these people out there, how dare they? This person's so mean. These people, like influencers, are like, you're so mean. You're so mean. Why are you so mean to him? Why are you so mean to her? She's so brave. Why are you so mean to him? He's such a bro. Like when did Wall Street care about anybody's feelings? Wall Street would chew your ass up, spit you out, tell you to get the fuck out. Don't be a little bitch. than Wall Street's been. All right, like I said, it's bouncing around too much. I'm even scared to be short 5. I'm not gonna lie. It's talking about a small P&L. It's pretty small. The short target, I'm gonna try to say that betting below a catalyst being active. I think at least if I can get right back down to here, I should be fine. Shorting in this environment while volatility is drying up a little bit is not, I'm not looking for a prolonged move. I'm just looking for a quickie. VIX is coming down a lot, so I might not get something crazy. But if I can get maybe like 5 to 10 grand off of this, I'll be happy. Again, it might not be, like I said, it might not be a strong move. And 5 is a lot, by the way. Maybe like lower lows for the day would just be a reversal from here, but I'm not too eager to, I'm not too like convinced that it is reversing. I would just like to bet that it's still going to accelerate volatility from here. So I was trying to open up my VIX chart to have this for y'all. And VIX has just started rapidly decaying right when it got up to close to that risk interval. So I put a little bit on it. Just a little bit. Okay. He was scrolling past midnight. Red eyes. We got like a Johnny Cash sounding song over here. Big dreams. Found a post from a wizard, said this chart trick never. You know, iDoc had never listened to Johnny Cash before. I was talking about I don't know why I was talking about it. She's like, Johnny Cash, and I was like, you remember the Walk the Line movie with Joaquin Phoenix? She's like, yeah, I don't think I ever saw it though. And so we drove around in the car, and I was playing all these old Johnny Cash songs for her the first time ever. It's quite an experience. Yeah, she actually had never listened to any Johnny Cash's music. So I got to run her through some of his better classics in his library. That any quick flush red candle back down to 585, I'll take. Like I said, I'm just looking for, if I get 100 points, I'd be happy. But I'm not betting on the bigger anything here. It's stabilizing a little bit. See, there's some red there. I fell into a burning rocket fire. I bought the dip and I want it to go higher. She liked it. She's like, I like this. This is really nice and this is really good music. I was like, I know. It was like that era when country music, like these days, country music and rock and roll sound very similar. But back then, that's when they made country music sound like rock and roll. It was like gritty and it was like raw. The good stuff. The same thing, Get Out. There you go. Play some Highwaymen tracks. Oh, dude, the Highwaymen. Wow, was it Willie Nelson? Was it Conway Twitty? Was he in that? And it was Johnny Cash. No, Waylon Jennings. It was Waylon Jennings. Who are the Highwaymen? There's like 4 of them. Jennings, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. Yeah, and Johnny Cash. That's right. That's right. Man, that was some good stuff. Waylon Jennings. My grandpa used to pick me up from elementary school when I was a kid. I'd go to his house when my parents got off of work, and my grandpa would just listen to classic country. That's how we're from Texas, so. Just remember driving in my grandpa's pickup truck. He'd never say a word. He was such a stoic man, and he would just drive silently. He was a prison guard in Huntsville. Rode a horse, carried a shotgun, guarded the chain gang, make sure nobody escaped. That was my grandpa. Sunglasses, cowboy hat, the whole thing. And so he was a quiet guy. He would just listen to country music on the way home. A lot of my family were prison guards, actually, up in Huntsville. They all worked at the prison. Well, my dad's side of the family did. His cousins and stuff. So right now what I'm betting is that a catalyst is still active right here at the purple line. Arm just dried up very quickly.
You might just flip it into a song.
Oh, let's say I'm not even getting my trade. Well. See how just 5 contracts, it's up and down 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 bucks. It can move quick if you're not prepared for it. I shouldn't be trading. I should probably be trading 2 to be honest, but I don't know. Well, this isn't too bad. If it snaps against me, go to 785. I'd be down 8,000 bucks. No big. This is probably okay for the account size. And we're not getting that velocity. VIX is decayed a little bit. It's really nice. Nvidia is hitting a hard bottom too, right here at this 178 level. It might not even be the best short to take. But I think like yesterday, people were like, we're gonna get that dead cat bounce today and go up. I don't know if today people still feel the same thing. If you want my bet, that today ends up back down at the lows, and I would say that maybe 450 might be a good spot for it to be. I don't want to do this. Oh, the 200-day moving average. Is that what that is, Dan? Was this about the 725 level? I'm just waiting to see if VIX starts tailing up. This is the key that I want to see. I want to see VIX start kind of popping higher a little bit. So we start a new hour in just a minute. We're running on the 11 o'clock hourly candle. The question becomes, and honestly, the more I think about it, I know I'm just staring at charts, and that's a little bit of curve fitting. I hate doing that, but it's probably likely that we do close to the 500 level for the day. I get, with 5 contracts, that's like 20G, not a big deal. So I did get the account almost to the 550 level, which is nice. Fed's speech started at 10:11. Yeah, probably so. flush candle there. Let me trim it down to like 2. Whatever, dude. I just want to put a runner on this. I know I'm being kind of a wuss about it. I'm just trimmed down to 2 and let the two ride. I don't really want to. I like the idea that I can protect my capital. I'm cool with it.
Coffee is hot, the glow's on my face. Marking up zones.
Marking up zones. They got 2. I left 2 on as a runner. Just let it fall. I could probably throw 10 contracts at this. I do have this short in my TPT accounts. So that's the one thing that's going with it. Only 3 of them. I didn't really throw heavy at all of them. These fund index, like I said, I try to trade for $2,000 to $3,000 of profit in my fund index just so I can keep getting the payouts from there. So these are all maxed out. I'll get the picture for you guys a little bit. 3 of these accounts have profit. 2 of them I haven't traded yet. So this one's about 6,500. This one's about 4,500. This one's about 2,500. 42,000 P&L today, which is nice on the million challenge account. Made to 550K today, which is good. I could probably hold a bigger position for longer, but when CAT is active, you don't need to do a lot. Recommendation is to sit out. Market's too volatile for something. But like, it's got 40 points a drop in a 5-minute period, so it is slowed down, but it can be a little crazier. Normally, it doesn't hit the CAT active and just reject and die. Technically speaking, I probably could take profit with this and probably be in the right. Trump is threatening tariffs if countries don't support our military is no bueno for the market and volatility. I think tariff, I agree with you. The tariff conversations become stale with Wall Street too. Remember the last year we were talking about more tariffs, threatening more tariffs here and there. And Wall Street was not like market crash again. We were kind of like, yeah, whatever. The last tariffs didn't do much. And so the market did much, but the economy still did all right. I think the tariff conversation's probably gone stale. People don't think, and especially with the Supreme Court, judgment. I'd like to say that I think that this time around, talks and threats of tariffs would be less 10% days, right, in the market. We're not gonna be getting 5, 7, 8% runs off of tariff talk anymore. Maybe 0.5%, it feels like. And markets showing it off a lot better these days. Do you use NYSE hours or futures hours to determine the percent of times for price close between DD bands? It's Globex hours. Yes, sir. GT. So it's the amount of days when we open, we look at where we close on the Globex side. So not New York Stock Exchange hours, futures hours. Tariffs are just scamming the US and we have to refund it with interest. Yeah. Is it Suno that we use for the music? Yeah, a lot of these songs people write from the community. Ooh, baby, what a good trading day today. I'm so happy when I get in sync with the market. You guys remember December when I was out of sync like almost every other day or two? It was like the market would just get out of sync with it. And mostly because it would just have like good energy, good setup, good bull, whatever. And then I jump in and the market would just break structure and die. And then the market would look bearish and hit a high, then I jump in on a short and it would keep going. And it was like, it feels now that just being patient, waiting for longer ranges, strong reversals with strong setups don't really break structure as much as they used to. Like markets kind of behaving to expectations again, which is nice. I had 5, I've trimmed it to 2. I'm not Like I said, if the market falls all the way back down to those 2 contracts, would be a significant run. So I'm not in no hurry to jump in and risk everything I made on a whim here. Right. We'll have a new songwriting contest too pretty soon, which will be nice. You guys can throw in some like more songs to the songwriting channel in our Discord, and we will do another songwriting contest. Trump just said we're going to cut all ties with Spain, and I'm not happy with the UK at all. Do you think that will help make the market drop? I don't think, like I said, I feel like the market's become immune to tariff talk. I don't think it's going to make the market move. It's just, I'm going off a feel. Like, it's a tired conversation that caused a lot of volatility early on, and the end result of the tariffs wasn't as bad as what the volatility indicated. After March, we just continued rallying to highs. GDP went up. Inflation went down. So the opposite happened. And so Wall Street doesn't believe that tariffs are going to reduce the revenues of companies like they thought they did. Companies are absorbing it pretty easily. So with the last round of tariff threats didn't move the market, which is what we expected would happen, because the actual economy or the economic fallout was almost not really there in Wall Street, at least. Like they overplayed how bad it could have gotten. Then MHP would be sick. Yeah, like that's why I just got 2 contracts on it. It's small. Dan saying there's no daily bias here, right? In this sloppy 6-month range, so expect random price entries. Yeah, 100%. He's like on point with this. This is like some giant fucking 3-month, actually, you're right, 6 months value area. Market's just gonna go. It's like everybody's standing still, and then every once in a while one person will move and then it'll do this. Then one person will move and it'll do this. Most of Wall Street's kind of standing still. We can see that in the community of traders. Nobody's liquidating in mass. Nobody's changing positions. It's like almost everybody's just holding on. We're going to hold through this is what people are saying. But then you get people in the middle of it, and like small groups of people are just violently reacting. So that's what's causing the jump up and down between these value areas. Good way to say it. I like the way I like that phrase, because you think about a volume profile, the market's just looking for liquidity, and that's exactly what's happening. But it's not extremely illiquid because you don't see everybody in Wall Street selling until this week. And I have a theory that like committed traders report the next read or the next 2 reads, it's going to show liquidation asset manager side. They're going to start selling now, as you can feel in the last 2 days. This is going to be a drop. There's still buyers, which is crazy. You're starting to see some like divs. Nvidia's getting picked up. So there's still people buying, but that's usually characteristic of a normal bear market too. Or not even bear market, like a bear wave. When markets are selling off, there's always buyers the whole way down. Because as long as humans are employed and have jobs, their paycheck is going into a 401k and buying stocks. So you're buying stocks every week with your money, even when it's going down. That's why markets move in waves on the way down. Because you're buying more stock as it becomes cheaper with the same amount of money you put in. So as long as markets go down, you see them move down in waves. You're still seeing buyers here, which is wait, somebody's mad because of the condom space are too large. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all are too funny sometimes. He's unstoppable. This should move the market up. Holy crap. This is going to squeeze me out of my position playing Keith's song. This magic song makes markets go up. I shouldn't have played it. Has Microsoft bending you over? What's it doing? Whoosh fan blowing up. Yeah, Microsoft is trapped in the liquidity pocket. It's not falling as fast as I want it to. It doesn't feel like the cat should be active. If VIX is not turning higher, I might just take the profit and call it. You would think it'd be flushing faster, and it's not. I want to take the profit and just call it and just be cool with it. Let me read it a second time in DD band. Volatility's not picking up. and I'm gonna close out. I don't think it's gonna run. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's gonna run. I'm gonna close out. I flatten everything out. So I gotta do my funded TV. I don't want to be distracted while I do that. There's a screenshot. 3 of those weren't traded. 4 of those weren't traded. It could probably fall, but my confidence is low because VIX isn't picking up. We need volatility to go. No blowups, no resets, nothing. Straight run profit across the board. Like I said, I'll probably close early, but I don't like that it's got waves and that VIX isn't picking up. I want this to be vol. VIX is sort of just is consolidating. I wanted VIX to V up when that happened to show the acceleration was still there. It's going to consolidate. Or I feel like it could. You guys whip it out. I know. Keith's song is scaring me. The Senate is now chiming on tariffs. Dude, it's crazy how much is coming through the pipeline right now, right? Here, where are we at? Trump's talking about Spain. I have a right to stop everything, saying, dang. Kashkari is talking right now. Basent is talking right now. Dude, this is crazy. Headlines all over the place. How much was this? Man, I've been having a good run in this market. You know, it's funny because like early on, you guys have watched me long enough to know that I do pretty okay, right? Early on, dude, the trolls went nuts and none of them trade, right? But, oh, they went like, Matt, hold on, wait, not add. Oh, add. Y'all are like, just let Matt cook. Let him do his thing. 68,700 today. It's been quite a run, especially this challenge. It was, I'm going to tell you guys, it would be a whole different narrative out there in social media had I started this challenge in like April of last year. This whipsaw between these large liquidity sinks, I guess, like these liquid value areas, Dan said it. It's just been such a like, my strategy doesn't work well in that kind of environment. That kind of environment is rare, where the market is not moving and it just sort of flips between, it's like flipping a light switch. Some days it's here, some days it's here. It's just, and then it doesn't, it's not like falling and doing this. It's like the market would just go like, and then stay at the bottom with no chance of making it back. You just absorb your loss, can't trade out of it. So you'd have some big losing days. Normally when I trade, it's like, okay, I took a couple losses. Oh, I got some winners. Oh, I got some losses. And so when people are going to town, man, oh, he's the worst trader I've ever seen. He's the, and then they get quieter and quieter as the balance grows, right? It's just how it is. Sometimes you're going to have a bad run in the market. That's just part of it. Sometimes your strategy is not going to work in every trade you try to do. Not every environment your strategy should be strong in. There's not a universal strategy that works in every environment. Every strategy has a weakness somewhere. One of the tricks is identifying where it's weak and trying to avoid it, or at least trade small when you know it's weaker. Account giveaway today, Captain Jack. We already did it earlier, but Neon will throw some at you guys later. Go get those likes up, and Neon will hook you up later on in the chat, the afternoon stream. Have I played Ark since the exhibition reset? Yeah, I did. I only played 2 games though. I didn't get it. It was yesterday. IDOC went to the store to do something. And, to buy flowers. So I hopped on Ark finally for the first time. I got to play with a Rattler. I logged in the damn Battlegrounds and just looted the Ruby residence a couple times and logged out. So I don't have any of my blueprints yet. Nothing. I just started. I was like jumping in as a fresh level 1. The one factor of those that stay around long term are the ones that accept all edges come and go. There's times to go big and times to go small and times to not trade. Yeah, Dan had this cool thing. There's this cool thing you said a long time ago, dude, that was like, you know, that the one of the biggest secrets to being, or like the biggest trade secrets to be good at trading that the pros will tell you that they all pretty much have in common had to do with invalidation point. Like it was, you were talking about the difference between knowing when the market's volatile or that you're invalidating your pivot. Like it was one of the most important things you're going to ever do as far as the part of your strategy has nothing to do with your position sizing, but like your efficiency of where you enter. There's a difference between the market hitting, say that this green line is my pivot. There's a difference between this and this. In this, after the fact, you can say, oh, it broke or oh, it bounced because it's dancing around. Sorry, it's dancing around the pivot both times. But it's the moment that you've invalidated that you're wrong that's the most important. Like, you don't know if you're wrong just because it breaks to the other side. It could just be volatile, and volatile is going to be, you know, shown by the amount of like V's and choppiness that you have, right? This is not a lot of volatility right now, but the idea is what's the difference between volatility and invalidation? That is really almost like the skill set you spend your whole life trying to figure out. Traders that get better at this will hold through that with a smaller position. I do a technique called digging. Digging would be an example is I want a 10 contract short at the purple. So I get in 5, let it overshoot, I get in 5 more. Market dips to there, I close out 5. And then it goes to there, I add 5 back in. And it goes to there and I close 5. And then it goes to there, I add 5. So I'm constantly moving my cost basis higher and higher and higher and higher and taking little scalps along the way. And then it invalidates, for me, a distance of this much. So arbitrage is now our new indication of where your invalidation point is. 55 points over the pivot, I'm done. So that's my stop loss. That's the range I'm allowing myself to play that digging in. And then I know I'm wrong when it moves exactly that distance. I'm confident that I've lost the trade. While it's still dancing around, I'm not confident that I've lost the trade. So I'm going to stay in it and play with the cost basis. It's pro level technique. And when you do this for a long time, you're going to know the difference between being wrong and just being early. And in this environment, I was shorting. Remember, y'all watched me, right? I was shorting, covering, shorting, covering, shorting, covering. And I was upside down the whole way up while shorting, right? Because I was still holding a small runner the whole time. But I tried to short here and I was down maybe 10,000. And then by the end of the day, I was down 10,000. And then I made it all back and then some. How was I able to continuously hold a short but not lose money? And that was that rolling technique. Add some more at the top, close some more at the bottom. Add some more at the top, close some more at the bottom. I knew that we were going to hit about the 25,050-ish range and probably dance there. And I was making the bet that we reject it and sell off today. And I was just early and we overshot a little bit. But that invalidation point is really what you're going to spend your whole life trying to figure out how to determine. What's the difference between chopping around your pivot or it's squeezing you out? And with arbitrage, that's kind of lines up with what the stop loss and overshoot would be. Like an example, remember when I closed out my trade a second ago because it wasn't volatile enough for a sell-off? This was good intuition. It's now going against me. I now would have given up a significant amount of what I gained, right? So feeling volatility, understanding volatility, and knowing the difference is it's a very, like, you need to absorb it as you get better at trading. Is VIX above the critical level? It's not. No, VIX is still, it's above triple B, but VIX never broke into risk interval level now. So it's not like the volatility's falling apart. Yeah. Have you guys played Arc Raiders since the reset? Dude, I'm so excited for the new map coming out next month. It's like a, it kind of looks like a smaller spaceport, which like, and it's on the edge of like water. There's like a highway. And there's water on the other side of the highway and it's elevated. And it's just these buildings, kind of like Spaceport, like the arrival, departure building, all of that. And it's a smaller area. It looks pretty fun. At least from the image I saw. Get a fake invite from someone pretending to be me. Dude, I'll tell you, Discord's gotten out of hand with that. Played a few games and stash maxed by doing 10 stellar Montas runs just out of the blue. At the reset, kind of cool. Am I still bearish for the week? I am. Yep. Now that the conflict is escalating, you have to be bearish. I mean, there's no... You can take bull trades in the bear market. I always teach you guys that. But the general mindset is that history has taught you that while war is hot and war is escalating, uncertainty goes high, and the market doesn't necessarily, you know, find bullish momentum. And you can kind of like also look at what we experienced before this started. When things were good, there wasn't bullish momentum. So it wouldn't make any sense that now it just suddenly appears. Until the market goes lower, you'll get to a threshold where there's just more bulls and bears and it should reverse. But it usually takes many months for that to happen. So I'm still in the mindset now that we're bearish for 3 reasons. Apart from that, but DD ratio is 37, which is less than 50. Monthly maps, we're in bear market territory in monthly maps. And that's 2 of the 3 signals are bearish, right? I'm very good at reading the tape. I've learned, and I think Neon has a better way to quantify it than I do. I love his price velocity thing. I need to learn how to do it. I kind of just watch it, and I can kind of just see like how long it takes to fill up a candle. I use smaller. He uses a 2500 tick chart. I use a much smaller time frame. And instead of me looking for the amount of time for something to fill, I'm kind of looking for the amount of candles to just blurb on the screen at once to see my velocity. But mostly it's VIX, right? I started watching the VIX when I'm shorting. Like VIX peaked at the low and then solidified here and moved up while I was engaged in my short. And while I'm watching that, VIX is just consolidating lower, and that's not what you want for a sell-off. You want VIX to move in sharp V's and VVIX to go up. Put VVIX back on here. If you don't get that sharp V, your sell-off may not happen easily. And VVIX has just been sort of like getting lesser and lesser since the big sell-off this morning. Still high, but it's not getting worse. So whenever you see the market, like you see VIX dip, you want to see VIX start growing very rapidly to support the idea that the liquidity is just dead. And the idea that VIX is like low consolidating wasn't giving me what I wanted to see. Like VIX just fell all the way back to session lows and then just chilled, VIX futures. So I closed out my shorts, right? And look at that. You'll get, once you practice this, you'll get good at using VIX to make these last minute judgment calls, right? B-Rock played some yesterday, dude? Oh, hell yeah. Waiting for your buddy to get some blueprints back. Yeah, I know. IDOC has like almost 2 sets of blueprints for me on standby. I got all my stuff, but it was fun running around with the freaking Rattler. I didn't even have any workbenches. I'm just running with like default stuff. Oh, I'm like, oh, I found some bandages. Cool, I'll use this on the next run. It's actually kind of fun. I feel like I'm actually scavenging. Do I trade the Dow Jones? I don't, because it's not as representative of the entire index as like S&P would be. So Dow Jones is kind of like an archaic thing that I don't really trade it, because sometimes it can detach from the rest of the market just because of what those 30 companies are doing. Sometimes it can be random. Please add that to platform. His solution is so awesome. Wait, add what? Add what to the platform? Problem is that a lot of times when your catalyst is active and then you return above it and it's inactive, it's going to take a new catalyst or a new event to reactivate it. So if it breaks above here and hits DD, I'm not going to be shorting it. Like, it was more like if we overshot through it and I built a short and then we sold off and volatility grew, then yeah. The fact that we hit it, we're consolidating here, not the best setup. What might actually be worth taking under these conditions is probably half gap short or maximum gap fill short. So inside of here, like yellow line and half gap is probably a better short play rather than trying to bet against the band itself. We don't short off the DD band naturally anyways, even if the number is negative. There's a rule that you don't short off the DD bands. You don't short below it either, usually. So I might give it some stretch to short towards it. Yeah. Music slot? Oh, my bad, my bad. Whoop. All right, guys. Love y'all. Time to go. Crushing it today. $70,000 almost profit P&L. Ripping on the way to $1 million live in front of your very face on this channel. I'm slated to, if I do well, my goal is to have the world record highest captured straight run P&L in YouTube history. I heard Rips made like $2 million. If I go to 3, then I'll be the champion of YouTube. We'll see if I can get there. This good trader, he did very well. So we'll see. That's my goal. Hopefully so. Keep going with this. $550,000 from the 100K start. You know, threw some capital in earlier and then added some more and padded it to get over the buffer at 100 and then pretty good. We'll see what happens. Rips is good at reading the tape. Yeah, he's a natural. When you watch him trade, you can see his natural instinct to be good at this. Reading the room, reading the numbers, doing the odds queen. He's a poker player. I mean, that's what they do. Yeah. So we'll see. If I can get going with this. Some of y'all edged me on to try to be Larry Williams. I don't think it's going to happen. Not that I'm not going to go to 10 million this year. Well, not with this account. The market is not going to play ball for long enough. We get 3 months of choppy flatness. If it was trending, I would have been to the million, hopefully in a month, not 3. So, but we'll see what I can do with it. Have some fun. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Join me on MyFunTV. Everybody click that link over there. We're doing a little bit of a giveaway, and come back here at 1:30 Eastern for Neon's afternoon stream. See you later, guys. Thank you. Love y'all.